Real late today. How you doing, fam? My bad. Oh, I was not about to go without doing this though today. I had to join you today because I knew it was going to get crazy this week, but I didn't know how crazy. So this is good. It's been entertaining just checking out and seeing what's going on. Get the Ashford comment in there. Y'all know we can't win no Super Bowls with Jimmy. Excuse me. With minutes to go, the game was over. Had not the defense let it get away. Had the refs made the calls that they made for Tom Brady and the Bucs last year, the 49ers would have wiped the floor with the Chiefs. So please, give me a break when Jimmy can't win a Super Bowl. And by the way, that was his first Super Bowl ever. Every guy that goes to the Super Bowl for the first time doesn't always win it. So please, stop with the hyperbole or the hyper BS. God, Hey, anyway, fam. Niners GM John Lynch appears to be sitting back, relaxing, as he watches the rest of the league drop personnel, which is shocking. But John may be contemplating moves he may be making in the very near future. The Niners have not notified any players of their release as of this hour. I don't know. Did you expect any guys to be? I don't know. I'm just, the more I think about that, I'm not sure if I thought that they were going to release anybody. I mean, I know a lot of people wanted to see people release. And, anyway, Niners have not notified any players that the release as of this hour. Meanwhile, adding at least one inexpensive vet could be on the agenda in Santa Clara. Tonight, we'll be taking your calls for your opinion of this midweek madness of the anticipated NFL hustle to get underneath the 2021 salary cap, along with everything trending red and gold during this Niners offseason 2021. Fam, here's the thing. Well, I said, you know what? Sometimes when the 49ers luck starts rolling, it starts really rolling. We didn't have no draft picks last year. We basically had to do the best we could with the draft last year with what we had, right? Today, the Niners rewarded a pair of compensatory, I love that word, compensatory draft picks, giving San Francisco a grand total of not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. We got 10 selections in the 2021 NFL Draft. According to NFL.com, teams are awarded compensatory draft picks between rounds 3 and 7. Based upon a league formula that takes into account criteria for players who left the team to sign elsewhere as free agents, including average salary per year, the APY, snap count, and postseason awards. To qualify for compensatory picks, teams must end up with more qualifying free agents lost than gained in a particular year. This year, the league implemented a new rule to reward teams that help develop minority coaches and executives with compensatory picks. Thank you, NFL. The Niners were awarded a third-round compensatory pick following the departure of former D.C. Bobby Saleh and former VP of Player Personnel Martin Mayhew. The team will receive a third-round selection in each of the next 3 drafts. You know one of them's going to end up being a star, don't you? You know one of them is. This is going to be going on. The next 3 drafts, as I mentioned, for their minority personnel receiving head coach and general manager jobs in 2021. The team also received a 5th-round compensatory pick with the loss of Emmanuel Sanders to free agency last season. You know what makes me laugh about that? What if we had Emmanuel? Wouldn't it be funny? We get a pick for Sanders, and the 49ers pick him up, which I was going to ask you about. What if the 49ers picked him up? Because he made a hell of a big difference in that wide receiver room just by being there. Could he bring that magic back? Although Debo's grown up now. He's ready to play some real ball with the pros. Ayuk came in damn near ready. All he needed was one season. I got a feeling Ayuk's going to be a bad man in this coming season. So the 49ers pretty much now finally have 2 blue ribbon wide receivers. You bring Sanders in now, and damn, You know, because he's almost okay. In fact, hey, looking at the current picks, first round, number 12 overall, you know about that already. Second round, number 43 overall. Third round, number 102. Fourth round, TBT. Fifth round, TBT. Fifth round, TBT. Fifth round, TBT from New Orleans. Fifth round that's crazy, man. I thought we had more third round picks, so sixth round, TBT. Oh, I mean, you know what? For the next 2 years, we do. I misconstrued. Sixth round, TBT. Seventh round, TBT from New York. Seventh round, TBT. And San Francisco traded their original third-round pick last year to the Washington football team in exchange for Trent Williams. As you know, the Niners received the fifth-round pick from the New Orleans Saints as part of the Quan Alexander trade earlier this season. San Francisco also obtained a seventh-round selection from the New York Jets as part of the Jordan Willis trade in October. After finishing the season 6-10, the 49ers are set to pick 12th overall next month and own a selection in each of the first 3 rounds. A lot different than last year, fam. We get some entertainment. Because last year we watched everybody else do the thing at day one. Actually, we traded up. What am I talking about? Day 2 was when we didn't have very much involvement. This year's draft's going to be a party compared to last season, though, fam. And you know, the thing about it is our people up in the personnel departments, they know how to pick out players, man. I do. I'm looking forward to this because I'm excited to watch the 49ers work because you know they're going to pick up some gems. People that nobody even knows about. Like, did you know about Brandon Ayuk last year? If you're a college football player watcher, yeah, you probably did. So, but this thing about Emmanuel Sanders would be funny, though. Okay, we're going to pick for Sanders from last year. But it doesn't, it has nothing to do with what happened then. That happened then. We deserve still compensation for what happened. So if we pick up Sanders again this year, it's not our fault, right? We'll see what happens with that. Fam, you know what, though? Let's get right into this with the refugees out there looking for a place to stay. I was especially intrigued. Now, I mentioned this. I'm going to get to that list in a minute, but Kyle Long got my attention. 3-time Pro Bowl player with the Chicago Bears. Kyle's thinking about making a comeback. He's 32 now and has decided to end his NFL retirement after just one season away from the game, according to reports from Macon Gunter of Green Light Pod. Coincidentally, the Niners have uncertainty at right guard, where 4 different players started games during the 2020 season. See, you know what? One thing that has to stop. Your offensive line is extremely important to develop continuity. As like it's been pointed out before, the offensive line is like a basketball team. They need to know how to move in tandem. They have to know what they're doing all together and move as one unit. You can't have one guy that knows what he's doing and 2 or 3 others that don't. So this is why that offensive line is really important to get them together. So that 4 different starters at right guard is not going to cut it. Niners could look for a stopgap veteran such as Long, or they could move forward with Daniel Brunskill or 2020 5th-round draft pick Colton McKivitz. Still raw, still learning. You're talking about some serious pedigree, though, when you're talking about Kyle Long. Long made 3 Pro Bowls from 2013 to 2015. He came in and he would not stop getting notoriety, man. But all that hard work was achieved through a lot of bodily damage. Long appeared in just 29 games over his final 4 seasons due to shoulder, triceps, foot, and ankle injuries. The big man is a fan of 49er football, though, since the arrival of Lynch and Shanahan in particular. A year ago in Miami, Long talked to NBC Sports Bay Area about what made the 49ers offense so successful on its march to Super Bowl 54. Long said, quote, there's a certain type of person they want there. They have an archetype, which is bright, tough, and probably great communicators. Quote. True. Long singled out Niners left guard Laken Tomlinson, who earned degrees from Duke University in anthropology and psychology, to justify his thinking Thomas, plans to become a neurosurgeon after his career is over. Did you know? Did you even know Lincoln Thomason had all this? I had no idea. Really? No. Really? You don't usually get this kind of a guy. There's probably a few around the NFL, though. Think of Richard Sherman, man. Richard Sherman, man, the dude was brilliant, man. Richard could probably open up his own clinic for psychiatric treatment. Long went on to say, and the first guy he'd probably talk to would be Flash Gordon. Long went on to say, quote, Lincoln can do open heart surgery. He can also diagnose blitzes. I think he's joking about the open heart surgery. I hope he is, because come on, Lincoln, man. You're scaring people, man. He goes on to say, but he's also willing to put his neck out there and jack somebody up, unquote. That's true. Long said he could tell from watching the Niners play that it was a team with outstanding camaraderie. See, that's the thing about the 49ers, which really is special. This is why when people come in, get rid of this guy, get rid of Jimmy, no, that's not the way the 49ers work. If you get rid of somebody, it's for a solid reason. And ain't nothing out there other than maybe over in Texas, maybe Deshaun Watson is worth that kind of a breakup. But otherwise, boy, y'all barking up a tree that ain't never going to get. Long said he could tell him watching the Niners play, it was a team with outstanding camaraderie, and that probably goes all the way to the top. But he goes on to say that, he said, is a tribute to his recently appointed Pro Football Hall of Fame general manager, John Lynch. Long said about JL, quote, it's no surprise John Lynch built that. He gets it. He's been on both sides of it. And if I'm in the locker room and I know that John Lynch is responsible for picking my teammates, I mean, come on. That's awesome. Unquote. That's why I like veterans in the locker room. If you could get Long for something that's not going to hurt the team as far as financially, you get him. He can also play at a level that our guys have never seen before. Well, of course, Trent has. McGlinchey needs to. It's going to be interesting to see, because I got a feeling the 49ers are going to put a lot of mitts on that offensive line. So this is what's going to make the 49ers go. It's like I said, had Mike Person not got weak in the fourth quarter, the 49ers win that Super Bowl. See, because while everybody's blaming, well, the percentage of us are blaming Jimmy, there were things going on that field that Jimmy had no control over. He did the best he could, but there was nothing he could do. You know what? Looking down the list of expendables, though, I did notice, okay, you look at Vikings release offensive tackle Riley Reef. There's some guys out. That was $11 million a cap hit. Dolphins release Kyle Van Noy is out. They tried to trade him and he wouldn't go, so they said goodbye. Giants release Kevin Zeitler. How many wanted Kevin? Kevin was like really expensive. He may not be now. Titans release safety Kenny Vaccaro. He's a cap casualty. He was due to have a 6.9 cap. This is why I tell you, John Brown, 49ers looked at him last year. He's out there available again. Giants expect to release Quan Alexander. Saints are expected to release Quan. You want Quan back? I guess we can get him for cheap and say, Quan, look, man, you know what? Let's go ahead and sign you up for something we can afford and see what you can do. Emmanuel Sanders is now available. So that's why I'm saying, Sanders has got some magic about him that, as I said, made all of a sudden, because the guys were struggling. Offensive line, the wide receiver room was struggling big time last year. Sanders comes in. Shanahan says, I'm looking for somebody to step up. He gets Sanders. Now Debo all of a sudden morphed kind of quickly from that point on. Kendrick Bourne all of a sudden got better. Had a couple of brain farts, but mostly got better. And there was. And George Kittle, of course, is going to do his thing. But that's what helped the 49ers get to the Super Bowl anyway that year. So, Adrian Claiborne, nah. LaMarcus Joyner, Oh man, he's a $10 million man. Defensive backs, man, I wonder if these guys. Wow, Bears let. I'm looking at Bobby Massey, offensive tackle. Richie. Oh, Richie Incognito's back. I've always been a fan of that sickie, but you. It says here the Raiders will be releasing Richie Incognito because of their salary cap. He is 100% healthy and looks forward to continuing his career there or elsewhere. See, I like a lot about Incognito. He'll slap a dude in the face if he comes running down there too many times. He'll get a flag, but that dude will think about that next time. I kind of like Incognito. It's a psycho sickie, and I would never socialize with him or invite him to barbecues, but he could, boy, I tell you. Oh, man. Guard Trey Turner. There's a lot of offensive linemen. Guard Trey Turner. A Pro Bowl guard. Marcus Mariota for the Jimmy G haters. If they can't trade him, he's going to be available in a minute. This is crazy. Golden Tate, another veteran I could see. Golden Tate wanted to play with the 49ers 2 years ago. Anyway, anybody off the refugee list, as I call them, if you like them, talk about it. I want to hear what you think about that. Hey, Mr. Black Guy says, hey, it's limits to our money, but let the draft be great for my birthday in April. I say take care of all our needs and get the best fits for us. Go Niners. And you know what? And I say maybe get one vet. That's all the 49ers could possibly be thinking about if they're thinking about anything. Because we don't have... Ed Nesbitt, this team is going to be outstanding. I can't wait to see what they put together. Yes. And Ray Jr., what's up? Isn't it hilarious? Rams fans are in here way before Niners fans are. The Rams are saying you got to keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. Rousseau, what's up, guys? Going to be a fun offseason watching this team get back to dominating. I know, man. It's a lot of 49ers fans going to be shocked. Because a lot of 49er fans are the worst ones that have given up on the team already. Why? It was all about illness last year. It's sick. Not sickness, but injury. Sean Bullitt, let's go, Rabbi. We got those comp picks. I know. I like that. I like that a lot. Because they're going to pick up some guys that are going to just, maybe first-day starters. First-year starters. Hey, a lot of good news for us today. This offseason, 10 picks, and Trent is hitting to sign with us. I know Trent signs like he really wants to be a 49er, doesn't he? He's making sure 49ers barking up the right tree now. Poof, poof. Morgan, come on in, Morgan. Morgan, your audio. Or is it us?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Morgan. Hey, doing great, man. As I said, things are starting to... The trajectory of goodness is upward again. 10 picks. My God.
Well, yeah. We got a lot of ammo to move up and down that board.
And Morgan, there's a lot of guys that are being released. You're not going to get the high price guys because somebody's going to outbid you on those. But man, do you see anything that you might think we could add that's not going to break the bank and maybe make a difference? And I'm looking more toward
the back, baby.
I know.
Want E-Man back on the
Sid. He makes a difference and he works well with Jimmy. I like that idea.
And you need depth at that position, and he's not going to be expensive because he's not. I think he's one of the top wide receivers in free agency, but he's like they have like number 8 or 9 as far as wide receivers on that free agency list. I think he's much more valuable than that, but.
Huh?
I don't think he's going to get paid big money, which is perfect. We can't afford big money.
Yeah, and he's pushing 33, right? 32, 33.
Yeah. He's close to. I say we sign him
vet minimum almost
2-3 years. Yeah, 2-3 years for a small contract. Let him finish out his career with us. Backload it.
Yeah,
I would love that. I would love it.
And like I said, he knows not to come and ask you for a whole lot of money. He'll come and apologize. You know what? I had to go. Y'all know I had to go, man, because I was talking about a little more money. But I'm ready to come on back. I mean, I enjoyed this team. I told everybody how much I love this team.
No, and he did. And when he was gone, people tried to talk crap on Jimmy. He's like, no, you guys got it twisted. Jimmy
You know,
Jimmy was wrong.
you'll
Yeah.
never
Right?
hear
He stood by his
players.
guys.
You'll never hear players say anything bad about Jimmy Garoppolo, and they don't
No.
have to. They don't have to.
Yeah.
For what? There's no point in that. If you don't have anything to say about Jimmy that you don't like him, you're probably not going to say anything. But to come up and say
Exactly.
something good, it takes a certain amount
No.
of heart. You got to believe it.
Yeah, you don't have to talk nice about any. Yeah, I mean, did you hear people come up to Jared Goff's defense? I didn't hear it.
Morgan, that's a good example. That's good. I just thought about that. Nobody said anything. No, not that I've been noticing. Hell, didn't nobody say anything about Dak either, though, which was funny.
But Dak got paid. Boy, did Dak get paid.
Woo! 40 mil.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It makes you realize how little Jimmy gets paid.
Yeah, Jimmy's like
Right?
number 12.
I'm sure
13.
Jimmy's looking at that. Is like, wait, he got injured. I got injured. Wait, I win more playoffs than him.
Mm-hmm.
I win just about the same as many games as him.
When he's on
And
the
I'm
field,
getting
he
paid
wins
27.
more.
And you guys think I'm overpaid?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
You know, Morgan, though, if you're going to, with 10 picks, are you going to strategically, you're going to use
I
all
think you
those
move up and down.
round
Yeah.
after? Yeah, you're going to move them
I
down?
don't think you're using them all. I'm moving down, not moving up after. I like the idea. Depending
So you're
on
gonna,
who's there at 12. I think you might stay with 12 if you got like Rashawn Slater, maybe
yeah,
Caleb Farley there.
yeah,
But if those
Surtain.
guys are gone, Sertan, I'd move down if they're not there. Then I move back up in the first round to see what else is. Try to get that 5th-year option on someone else because you got pieces to move.
So
I'm
you're going to end up with like about 15. You're going to end up with about 15 picks, manipulating them back and forth and up and down the draft. Huh? Wouldn't that be funny? Yes.
yeah.
So hey,
Yeah.
so give me a
If you
strategy.
do like
You
last
go in
year, that
the
would
first
be-
round and you drop a little bit. You get a first round pick. You trade back up into the first round and come
I
back
might
for
go
a
for a
second
guy
pick.
like Jalen Phillips. I like him. And he's going around the end of the first round. And I think he could be a good guy on the other side of Bosa. He's a nice speed rusher.
See, that's Kerry Hyder. Morgan, the more I think about
I
it,
like Kerry, but are you
Yeah.
paying for sacks? You're paying for sacks, right? You're not paying for the whole production. You're paying him for what he did, not what you think he can do.
that's
I feel like
true.
someone's going to overpay him. And that's the only thing. If he came back for a decent price, all good. But I think someone's going to pay him for what he did last year.
And that would be a mistake because you know what? I got a feeling Hyder was benefiting from the system that Kasurik has that out. And Kasurik is crazy about him. And how's he going to call Chris? Chris, look, Coach, I got an offer. Whoa, don't you start with me. You're coming back to play for the 49ers. Oh,
yeah, right.
Woo, man! Because it'd be nice to have him because you know what he's capable of in that system. And then Nick on the other side, there's no place to hide.
Yeah.
Hyder would clean up everything that got away from Nick.
Mm-hmm. And you get Arik back on the inside, which is so important. That's where Arik makes his money.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like Arik's going to have a huge comeback year, especially if he can get back on the inside. I feel like he can really do some damage again.
And I love the way, Morgan, you call him Arik. I'm going to start calling him that, too. I like that. Morgan, we're gonna run out of time. We're late tonight. We're not go over time. But listen, I want to get in here. Let's see you Friday.
I'll see you Friday, Ronbo.
Looking forward, Morgan. Have a great night.
You too, man.
Yeah, man. I tell you, it's gonna be interesting. Hey, Darius. Who is Henry Anderson? Defensive end, Henry Anderson. Anderson had 7 sacks in 2018, but has 5 other injured or unproductive seasons. I guess not. Hey, Darius.
What's up, Ronbo?
Darius, man, I'm noticing the fallout from players being released in multitudes around the league. And I know we can't really afford any of these guys that are being released because they're getting released because they're too expensive. And they're not about to come to the 49ers and say, okay, they cut me, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to play for you guys for damn near free. what do you think is something you can afford so I can go ahead and win this Super Bowl with you guys? So that's me fantasizing, right? I
Yeah.
figure you get a veteran and see what he's willing to accept, just to
Right.
bolster up what goes on in that locker room. What do you think?
Yeah, because, I mean, Emmanuel Sanders got released, and you saw what happened when Emmanuel Sanders came in last year.
Yeah.
And, one thing that a lot of people were talking about were, okay, Kendrick Bourne's a free agent. Well, would you take Emmanuel Sanders over Kendrick Bourne? Because I know damn well I would, right? So if you want to re-sign Kendrick Bourne, if Emmanuel Sanders is there and they take a similar amount of money, I'd take Emmanuel Sanders over Kendrick Bourne any day of the week.
Right.
So there's that. I mean, but other than that, there's no other actual free agents we can sign if we really want to re-sign Trent Williams and Jason Brett, because that just takes up too much of our cap space. But I think Emmanuel Sanders, because he's played with the Niners before, these other guys haven't. You're basically re-signing Emmanuel Sanders, right? Because he knows the system, he knows everything. So you bring him back. I think he'll take maybe come back for $4 or $5 million. I don't know.
And he should be willing to take that. Also, keep in mind, though, Darius, they're probably, as soon as they make a move for those two players, as you mentioned, Trent, and also Barrett, they're going to go ahead and anticipate gaining a few dollars off of D Ford, and also, I'm pretty sure D Ford, and also, of course, Weston Richburg. They're probably going to go ahead and add that up right away, knowing that that's what they're going to do. So you're going to get at least one more guy.
Yeah. Because, look at Trent Williams is a re-sign. Let's say you want to re-sign JV. I think Juice has to come back. If Juice doesn't come back, your running game is not going to be the same.
Yeah.
But Juice has to come back. And then maybe get Emmanuel Sanders. And, I mean, if you cut D Ford and, Weston Richburg and all that stuff, you have more. And I really like K-Wan. So you bring K-Wan back. And then from there you see what's left. Because you need that other pass rusher, Ronbo.
I know.
The previous caller was talking about Kerry Hyder. He played well this year, but am I really going to pay him $6-7 million for a maybe? Is he like what happened to Eric Armstead? I don't want that to happen again. So you can either re-sign Kerry Hyder, which I personally wouldn't, or re-sign a guy like Bud Dupree or Kyle Van Noy, who have shown that they can get 7-8 sacks for their whole career. It's not just one fluke year. That's what I would do. But Ronbo, I don't think we can get Slater at 12. His stock has increased after his pro day. I think he's a top 10 pick. Look at the Bengals need a lineman, the Jets need a lineman, and that's Penei Sewell gone with the Jets, Slater gone with the Bengals. So I'm thinking he's not going to be there. He's not going to be available at 12 for us to take him. I really like him. I really do. He can play the guard, but I don't think he's available at 12 because of his pro day. And you're going to see a lot of that happening.
Whoa. Hey, Darius.
The combine.
What happened?
The combine would have already happened.
What happened to his pro day?
He did really good as pro day. His pro day was amazing. So a lot of teams who need a lineman, like the Bengals, who were thinking, okay, I might just take a receiver or like a tight end, right? Oh, okay, I might just go back and get Slater. Because people thought, all right, Penei Sewell, number one O tackle. There's no really O tackle that's close to Penei Sewell. But Slater after his pro day did amazing. So, his draft stock. And you're going to see that across every single prospect, because usually if this was a normal year, the combine would have happened late February, right? The combine has not happened.
All
so
pumped
you haven't had players run their 40s or, you know what I'm saying? So as pro days come along, I think, mock drafts and teams are gonna have you're gonna get a better understanding of who's a top prospect and who's not a top prospect.
Did you see something about what happened to Darius?
Hello?
Darius, is that you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening. I was trying to direct my production here. Anyway, I was listening to that, and also I'm thinking. Well, go ahead. Give me a little more.
I mean, yeah, that's about it. That's all I gotta say. I mean, because I think Slater's gonna go, and then you're gonna have to get a D lineman or a cornerback with that 12th pick. And if like Morgan said, if Caleb Farley J.C. Horn or an edge rusher is not available, I'll just trade down. Because what are you going to pick? And then another receiver? I don't need a receiver.
Nah, not
you know what
at
I'm saying?
12.
Like
Not at 12.
yeah,
And
exactly.
you know what, though?
So,
You're right,
trade
though.
down.
It's going to be – the 49ers are going to have that option at 12. There's no way you can have both the cornerback room and the wide receiver – or the cornerbacks class and the wide receivers, or should I say the offensive linemen. I can't see both being depleted. It's 12. And there's quarterbacks can take up about 3 or 4 spots. And then you got 8 other picks. And what are they going to be?
Right, yeah, because you got the receivers like Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. Those are going to be 3 picks going before us, right?
Yeah.
You have Kyle Pitts, the tight end, going before us. You got Micah Parsons, the linebacker, going before us. You got who else?
Pitts leaving. I know that. We're going to go over this. We're going to go over that draft a little later. But let's see you Friday. Good stuff.
All right, Ronbo, have a great rest of your day, man.
You too. And let's go. 347 New York. Come on in.
Hello?
That sounds like JJ.
Hi.
Who is this?
Hi, Ronbo. My name's Brittany. How are you? I'm sorry.
Hey, Brittany. You know, the way you did the hello, I thought it was JJ. He always does that. JJ, now I know where you got that from. You must have recorded that from Brittany. Hi, Brittany. Well, what's that? To what do we owe this pleasure your first time calling in? You noticing some things going on around the NFL, like players being released that you like, that you might see us maybe signing, or that's not too expensive, and about all those draft picks. What are you thinking?
It's crazy, and I keep up to date with it almost every day, but one that's looking like a maybe if he can come in cheap. I would like to see E-Man come back. Sanders?
I know, right? Everybody gets – I think we're all voting for E-Man.
Coming back because – seriously, the 2019 season, he had magic. And I mean magic with Jimmy. That chemistry was on point.
See, that's Brittany, see, this is what I've been saying, you know. People blame Jimmy for the weapons he has. But you know what? Debo came around midway through that season. Kendrick had his days when he'd be awesome, and then he had his days when he'd struggle. And then it was E-Man and George were Jimmy's main, I can trust these guys. So, you know.
I agree.
Yeah. So, you know, this E-Man
crazy.
Back would be special.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But in terms of the draft, I think it's gonna be tough. If we can re-sign Trent, and I hope we keep Trent, then I see us going cornerback or edge for number 12.
You like edge? All right. I love edge too. I always feel like it's going to be you're right though. It's going to probably be someone in the trenches, defense or offensive line, to start with anywhere. So.
Right. And this is only if we get Trent Williams to stay. And that's going to be tough because I know the cap situation. But if we get him to stay for edge, if we get an edge at 12, I like the kid from Georgia, Aziz Ojulari. He seems like a really good fit. Yeah, corner, depending on who's there, I say Surtain the second, maybe a good choice. Farley is a good choice.
Oh, yeah.
But J.C. Horn may be a good choice if he's at 12.
And what a chance of all 3 of them being gone at 12. See, that's the thing. So the 49ers are going to have to choose. And then if you see this kid coming down Slater at number 12, from what I just heard about him in his pro day, he's ridiculous. You can't pass on him. You know, so
his pro day, he was insane. The pro day he had was insane. If he's at 12, I would say grab him because right guard needs as much help as possible.
And he can also play tackle.
Now, yeah. Yes. Pass protection for the O-line on the 49ers is a big thing. And the blaming that on Jimmy is just ridiculous. No, that's all you hear whole season. Blame him. Let's get this guy.
These are people who just don't
annoying.
like Jimmy to begin with. They're not paying any attention to what's going on the field. They just don't like him. You know.
And plus, also for the backup rooms, I think also bringing in a veteran would be good. And it's like 2 veterans in my head for the backup QB room, it's either, I don't know, Dalton may be a good one, but one I may look at is probably Brissett, because Brissett had history with Jimmy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be interesting. They've talked about Brissett before because they've got to do something soon before anybody that's worth anything is gone, because time is ticking. We don't have, only thing we have now is Jimmy. They just mentioned yesterday they're not about to sign Nick Mullins to anything. He's out of here. They're not saying anything about CJ.
I don't see Mullins returning at all.
No, they've already said
after
so.
This season, I don't.
Yeah,
no, I don't see him coming back. I think the only restricted free agent they may bring back is Mosley. Mosley's the only one left, so you have to bring him back.
And I wonder why it's taking them so long, unless they want to sign him to a better deal. They probably realize he's a little better than what they're trying to make him out to be, right? So
I
it's
agree.
going to be interesting to see. I can't imagine what, though.
It's gonna be interesting, but it's gonna be exciting at the same time. So I'm ready for it.
Brittany, do I see you on Twitter? Is that you, Brittany?
Yes, that's me.
Brittany! Brittany's another one of my allies on Twitter. I love it. Brittany, so delighted to meet you, too.
Yes, thanks. Nice to meet you, too.
I'll tell you what, hey, get back here Friday. We're going to do some more, okay?
Definitely.
All right. Have a great night, Brittany.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Hey, Tom.
Ronbo!
Tom!
This is Seahawks Reigns' daddy right now. Changed my name.
You put that on your handle so everybody knows who it's Tom. It used to be Tom. Now he's Seahawks Reigns' dad.
No, I can't. No, I can't do that.
I think we got somebody that's already doing
so
that.
I can't do that.
We got somebody there that says the father of somebody. I love it.
His creepy uncle or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, God.
What's good?
Oh, yeah. Well, the 49ers just got rich and draft picks and all these free agents that are running around. It's going to be interesting to see where these guys end up. Tom, the reason I say that is because if these guys think they got cut from a team and they're going to gain the same amount of money all over the league, well, that's just not going to happen, right? So I'm thinking, when are these guys going to come back down to earth, come to San Francisco and say, listen, you guys, I see a shot with you guys to get to the big one. Can we do a deal? I mean, I'll take a small cap hit size this year just for the necessity to get it on the books, and then you backload me and give me something you think I might be worth. I could see that kind of a deal going on. I just don't know who the 49ers would approach and romance in that fashion.
I don't know.
You got a lot of draft picks too. You could actually.
But how many are going to make the? How many are going to make the roster, though?
See, that's a good question. Okay, so let's say you got 10. Not only are going to make the roster, but how many of them are going to be worth other than just coming in and taking up a spot? I don't want guys coming in being camp fodder. I'd like to see, and it's not possible, I'd like to see 10 guys that you're sitting there saying, whoa, that dude, maybe he needs to start. I want to be able to say that about all the guys they pick, which ain't going to happen. But, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we find some good gems in the fifth.
All the time. Almost.
Yeah.
6th and 7th. Look at DJ Jones. Richie James even isn't bad. It's, I don't know what the issue is with Richie James.
He was the 7th round.
Yeah.
Wasn't he a 7th round pick?
Yeah, he was.
Richie James, yeah.
So I don't know. Richie's a deep threat. There was often times when you've seen Richie running loose.
Yeah,
I don't know how he busts coverage, but you do often see him running free. I don't think Kyle had enough respect for
that really good catch against that long catch against the Seahawks for the last game. That was a deep one.
Yeah, I don't know why Kyle treats him the way he does. Because Kyle, it's like Richie's not going to do anything more than punt return. That's mainly what we're going to use it for. And I'll put him in an emergency, but as far as him being out on the field often and giving him a role, no. So I don't know what goes on in practice or what.
But a good thing you brought that up. I think his punt returning has not been good. I think he's a better receiver than he is a punt returner. We need to draft someone who's a good punt returning threat. Because when's the last time we actually had a return for touchdown?
Been a long time.
Not like it's what 5
It was
seasons?
Richie. 2 years. Was that 2 years ago? Was that 2019? Or was that the year before?
What? I don't know.
Against the Hawks. I think that was 2018.
I didn't do my shout-outs. Oh, boy.
Go
Shout-out
ahead.
to 49er, Empire, for Kobe. John Jay's not here, so I can't shout him out. Oh, well. That's it.
I mean, Tom, you mentioned that about return guys. We had two collegiate best. I mean, you had Pettis, who was the NC2A champ. We also had the guy we lost, DJ Reed. He was also They were both. That's what Kyle and John were probably thinking. We got the best kickoff return guy. We got the best punt return guy.
True.
Both of them are on our team.
True.
And Dante came in and got all feminine, and couldn't do it. And DJ fumbled.
Yeah.
You know, this is why when you see players in college that look awesome, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to come into the NFL and just keep on going. Yeah.
It's a crapshoot for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know. Maybe just have Ayuk do it because he's pretty good. He used to do it in college.
I know, but I don't want him out there in harm's way. You know, that's a dangerous spot.
True.
You know.
Oh my God.
I just don't know.
Did you see any of those mock drafts? They are pure garbage. The CBS one I saw on YouTube. Oh my God. Horrendous.
Yeah, real quick.
They said we're taking Devonta Smith for the 12th pick. Are you freaking kidding me? Come on.
Like that's the most important thing we need to be going after.
No.
You know, you're gonna see the mocks are gonna go nuts. You know, they don't know what to do this year. Tom, we're gonna run out of time.
Well, one last thing. I think we need. I mean, if Rashawn Slater drops to 12, I think we should take him. He handled Chase Young he kicked his ass.
It's become legendary. Yeah, I've heard about it. I got a photo of it. All right.
Right on.
Tom, we'll see you Friday.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, fam. We'll talk to you later.
All right, Tom. Good night. And Charles. Charles. Somebody got 4 compensatory picks. Who was that? Oh, Jesus.
Yo, Ronbo.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah. We got 2 people here. So.
No.
Okay. Is that Charles? Jesus, hold on then.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Charles.
Yo,
Yeah. Hey, come on in,
Hey,
Charles.
what's going on?
Hey, man,
What's going on, Ronbo?
sitting there looking at all them draft picks all of a sudden. And it'd be funny if the money increased, you know. You got 182 million, so it got stopped at that. Somebody anticipated 183. I think that Lombardi thought 183, and somebody thought it 183. But anyway, it's 182, $1 million, so what? So the 49ers should not have a problem, at least signing Trent Williams.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's crazy out here, Charles. So, but Charles, I was also looking at some of the guys that are getting released around the NFL, and probably tomorrow is going to be another day where you're going to see names flashing everywhere. Charles, is anybody appealing to you that you think the 49ers could try to find a way to get rid of some people and go ahead and get that free agent?
Oh yeah, man. I got a few, man. There was a guy that was released. I think he was released yesterday. Justin Brown.
Justin
from the Bills.
You mean
5'10"? He's a beast, man. I'm
John Brown.
John Brown. Yeah.
You know, we had him in camp last year, Charles.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that was
he got hurt. That's the same guy. Speedster. John Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Trey Hendrickson from the New Orleans. He had 13 sacks last year.
Oh yeah. See, that's see, those guys are going to be expensive. I wonder though. It's like I was saying a minute ago. Maybe they come in and say, "Listen, I know y'all ain't got any money, but I think my best chance to do anything productive would be on this team. I'm willing to take a small contract to start with, maybe backload it, give me what you think I should be getting, and let's go."
Yeah.
I could see guys going around doing that.
I mean, if they get rid of number 55, what is his name?
Kerry Hyder?
No, not number 55.
55.
The one that was injured.
Defense?
Yeah.
Who's 55? Oh, D Ford.
D Ford.
Yeah.
And they get rid of him. They get rid of him. They have more money, or they get him to restructure his contract.
No. D's done. And he's got to pass the physical. D will never be D Ford again. You can't have the kind of injuries he has. Even if he tried to play again, you can't have a back issue playing his position. Hell, you can't have a back issue playing most position.
But see, I need the money. I need to see the money taken from the man. That's what I need, because I need to take the money that we paying him to pay Trey Hendrickson. Because Trey Hendrickson, he's the real deal. He's what he used to be. And so I got him. I got Corey Davis.
Corey Davis. Hey, did the Titans get rid of Corey?
They dropped Corey Davis, man. He was on the list. I just pulled the list up, man. He's a beast.
The list I'm looking at has not got no. I need to look. Maybe I didn't look down at the bottom. I didn't look all the way down.
Let me see.
Corey Davis.
It's on Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, he's got I had him in my mock draft that year. He was a rookie.
Yeah, he was drafted the same year Thomas was drafted.
I know it. I was crying.
A few picks after that, man. Oh, I was crying too, man. I was so mad when they picked Thomas. I was waiting for you to come on so I could grieve about it. But
Charles, you know the 49ers, and we got that to look forward to this year. The 49ers are going trenches in that first round. That's what they do. I think they developed that as a philosophy. And your first round pick is either a defensive lineman or an offensive lineman. We can go get the sexy picks after that.
Ronbo, you know everybody gonna be excited and scared at the same time.
I know. It's
going between a scale from 1 to 10 being excited and 1 to 10, also 1 to 10 being scared. Everybody's gonna be 10. Both of us, we gonna be scared. We're like, oh my God.
Charles, did you want Javon Kinlaw last year?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
No, I mean in that first round.
Did I want him?
Yeah, in the first round. When you saw the number 9, what pick did we pick? 13? When you seen pick number 13 coming, was that the guy that you were looking to get picked?
I was watching you, and I was watching you, and I had the same expression because
Blake,
the Raiders had just picked Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs.
And when they picked Ruggs, I was like, no.
So you was also a Ruggs man. See, that's I said, give me some speed, please. Get me a speedster for this team. Kyle does his best work when he's got a speed merchant on his team. That's just the way his offense works. And we didn't get one.
I was emotionally inebriated by the time when they picked Kinlaw. I was like, no. I said no. Because I wanted Judy. If we couldn't get Ruggs, I wanted Judy.
Lamb, somebody. Give us a wide receiver. No, y'all get Javon Kinlaw. Yeah. I ain't mad at that now. Yeah. I'm mad at it now, but you knew, it was going to be a problem. But he'll work out. And we got Ayuk, and we know he's good. We still need a speech, though. Charles, let me see you Friday. Man, I'm going to run out of time here. Let's see you Friday.
Okay, man.
All right, man.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Ronbo, love you.
Hey, love you back, fam. Have a good night.
Right.
Hey, Seuss, come on in.
What's up?
It's just like we have a group of fathers on our chat now. You know about Tom, right? You guys are killing me owning the trolls.
Man, I put Seahawks right in. Man, I put Seahawks right in his ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? He out here trying to clown, bro. You know what I'm saying? How could you clown on a 49er defense that has second and third string players in there?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm.
when you guys barely beat us, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, so and I tell you, I got a healthy Jimmy G that day, and they don't even be talking. It's another sweep or another yeah.
Let us cook.
You know,
let us cook.
God, I'm still. You know what though? With DK Metcalf, I'm still. The only reason I wanted Keller Witherspoon possibly come on back in for a tryout is because of what he did to DK. Had DK out there frustrated. I didn't know Spoon could even do that. Man, so Spoon for your big guys, it works.
Spoon was playing aggressive that day.
Yeah.
You know, he played good until he got hurt in 2019, but you know, it looked like he bounced back at the end of the season, you know?
Yeah, he goes in and out. I don't know what's going on with Spoon. His mind is he's got talent. Spoon just I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, but real quick, Ronbo, let me get on my shout outs real quick, and then we'll talk about free agents real quick.
Right.
I'd like to give a shout out to my brother Eddie E. I'd like to give a shout out to Josh Warren, Chad Garrison, Chris Hansen, Tommy H, for Kobe, Big Heck, Twisted Eva, you know, Andrew Martinez, and all the homies in there. You know what I'm saying? Sorry if I missed a name, but you know we're on the time limit.
Yes.
You know, just shout out to everybody. You know, but hey, I would like to bring back Emmanuel Sanders to a vet minimum deal.
Yeah.
You know, and see if he's willing to take that. If not, you know, he could try to go back to Denver with that. Because I like in our young. Yeah, you know, he's gonna look around. You know, he's gonna probably see, who's gonna offer him more. But you know, when him and Jimmy G linked up, you know, it was really good. You know, it looked like Emmanuel Sanders was turning around. You know. You know, it looked like he was bouncing back, you know, because, you know, he finally got put in the system that was going to use him to his caliber. You know, I want E-Man back if it's a good deal. If not, hey, you know, he could take a walk again, you know. He left us high and dry, you know.
Yeah, because we got the two kids coming on now. Debo and Ayuk, this is their team now. So E-Man's going to be in there to complement them. Although he'll probably end up playing just as well as they are, but he is there for that reason, though. And also a mentor. And for whatever he did to him in 2019, come back and do that again, will you? You know?
Hey, I wouldn't mind if the price is right. You know, and I wouldn't mind getting Kyle Long, you know, for that right guard position.
Right? Yeah. I mean, this dude's pedigree, right guard, and he's like took a year off to heal up. I bet you he'd be okay.
Yep, and you know, especially our boy Trent Williams basically saying that the looks like the deal's getting look like the deal might be getting closer than what we were thinking because he was on that Richard Sherman contract.
Hey, so could you need to lower the volume on your TV? Can you do that? It's kind of
I'll lower it real quick. My bad.
It's okay. But yeah. Man,
can you hear me better?
Yeah, clearly. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
That's all right.
But yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind getting him, and you know, with the Mike McGlinchey position, you know, I wouldn't mind us potentially getting the right tackle in this year's draft if we get Long and we get Mack and we get Trent Williams. You know, just with that, you know, our line has upgraded a lot.
Mm-hmm. Now you know it's so funny because what do? You get Slater in here, right? For some reason he's available at 12, and I figured the 49ers, if he's at 12, he's a 49er immediately, right? Because the 49ers like to work the trenches in the first round. So he comes in, and Mike McGlinchey, him and Mike switch back and forth. Because, on passing downs, okay, let me get Slater. All right, Mike, we're going to run the ball. Nobody does that. I've never seen any team do that in the NFL. But when it comes to but Slater's probably good at running too. Mike's $10 million next year, from what I understand, if they pick up his fifth-year option.
Right. So, with that being done, you know, hey, like, Mike McGlinchey, you know, he wasn't that bad his first year, but at the same time, you know, Burnsport was good. You know, Justin Schooley was good too. So like, we don't even need to draft or right tackle. You know, if we don't bring in Kyle Long, hey, I wouldn't mind us going guard in the second round.
I tell you, it's going to be
trying to work on that pass rush. You know,
and there might be one in the third round that nobody knows about. But Jesus, we're gonna go. I'm gonna see you Friday, and God knows what's gonna develop between now and every day is gonna be crazy this week. So I'll look for you.
All right, for sure, my brother, man. You have a blessed night, man. Thank you for the platform, man, and shout out to Ronbo Sports, man.
Thanks, Jesus. Have a good night, fam. So, and
all right,
be sure
brother,
to tuck the kids in before you go to sleep.
I already took them in.
That Jesus.
All right, bro. All right, man. Adios.
Adios. Hey, and there he is. Chill. Pill. Phil. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Well, Phil, has anything surprised you so far as seeing all these guys suddenly turned out to pastor? That's pretty fun.
No, nothing.
The
nothing.
names are hilarious.
There's going to be more. There's going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean, my take is I think Trent Williams is a done deal.
Yeah,
okay? Just from his attitude on the call, on the podcast with Chris Collinsworth and Rich Sherman, he's staying.
Yeah.
And the other church sale sign was Jacksonville franchise tagged their left tackle, and they were in the game to try to sign Trent Williams.
Yeah,
and
potentially have the money.
They franchise tag a guy that is far less worth than a franchise tag. So they were saying, okay, we need a left tackle, so we're going to franchise tag our guy and get out of the sweepstakes. That tells me that teams knew already that Trent Williams was going somewhere. Because
but it's not that way, Trent, Phil. That's that makes sense. If
you know,
no point
I
going
think
back
Trent's
and forth
coming back.
Yeah.
You know, and it's going to be back end loaded. I mean, look at Dak Prescott. He's only getting $22 million on the cap this year, but he's going to get $45 million next year.
Yep.
And they're going to have to cut Ezekiel Elliott. They're going to have to cut Amari Cooper next year. I mean, they're going to cut a lot of guys.
Yeah, that's going to come back to bite them. They went too far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And my take is that, you know, we're going to cut D Ford. We're waiting for the physical because that's going to tell a lot. We're going to cut Western Richburg both after June 1st, so we can spread it out over 2 years and save a bunch more cap. We're going to renegotiate Lincoln Tomlinson's contract, save some money there, about $3 to $5 million. We're going to restructure Jimmy's so that we save about $7 to $10 million there, and then you know, in the first round, I think we signed K1. I think we let Verrett walk. We signed K1, we signed Juice, and we sign an edge out of free agency because there's a lot of edge rushers, and we sign a safety. And then go from there. And then the draft,
Phil,
I think we
strong
draft
safety?
a corner at 12.
What kind of safety
we need somebody, Jakarski. You got to replace Jakarski guard.
Okay.
I'm thinking the guy from the Rams, Johnson.
Yeah, I saw him.
He knows.
Yeah.
The Rams can't sign him because they're still $35 million over the cap. And
Rudy.
I look at their contracts.
Yeah.
I don't see how they get out of it. Seriously.
In fact, I see litigations coming up. Have they finished paying Gurley? They've got people.
No, they've got $40 million in dead cap with Goff and Gurley and some other guys, but they're in deep yogurt. I mean, it's bad. So I would go that route in the free agency. I think there's a lot of edge rushers in free agent that, and everybody says, oh, they're going to be too expensive. Nobody has any money. All right.
I know. You got to keep telling yourself that. Everybody doesn't.
Supply down. We keep forgetting nobody's going to offer these guys big money. So now's the time to get the pickings right.
Yeah.
And if you can back end load it a little bit, because the Niners have.
That. Oh.
Niners have $130 million next year if we cut D Ford and
Western Richburg.
Western Richburg.
Yeah, because that cap goes well over
that's
$200
a ton
million
of
next
money.
year.
They've got money. They've got the money. And if we restructure all these guys, we've got the money to sign everything. What I would do is get on the phone with the Saints and say, hey, we'll give you a third-round pick for Lattimore.
And
but get Lattimore over here.
I think they just tagged Lattimore, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they didn't.
What they do? They did something with him. Oh, they just voiced they want to keep him. I saw some write-up on him.
They tagged their safety. They tagged their safety, not their corner, not Lattimore.
They just expressed interest in Lattimore. I mean, I saw some article.
They still got $32 million to get out of the cap. And Lattimore is one of those guys that's $10 million on the cap this year with no dead money.
Yeah.
And so he's a guy that they may be willing to get for a third-round pick, get something, then get Lattimore in here and then renegotiate his contract. And then you go in the draft, you got to draft a corner. You got to, guys, cut it out. We have no corners on the roster.
Yeah. Forget about the offensive lineman, huh?
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Especially with an empty room. That's true.
And I would love to have Caleb Farley if he's available because he's a guy that has all the skills. All the skills. Surtain is a technical guy, but he doesn't have the speed.
Yeah. No more.
And J.C. Horn is a guy with speed and all the upside, doesn't have the technical ability, but has a lot of dog in him. All right? So he's a guy that's going to come up and hit somebody in a run and do all that stuff. So I would rather have J.C. Horn or Caleb Farley over Surtain. The problem is Denver and Dallas may pick corners ahead of us. But and then in the second round, I would go with a quarterback. Have somebody in there that you can mold and train for the next 2 years.
That's right. Compete.
And compete.
Yeah.
And then in the third round, I would go offensive line, possibly a guard, center.
Phil, we're gonna run out of time.
Combination.
Phil, let me get your draft Friday because we got to start with that. All right. Appreciate that, Phil.
But anyway, we got to go corner. I mean, it's kind of crazy that we're talking all this other stuff.
John and their thing with linemen in the first round. We'll see because I agree with you. We don't have any cornerbacks. All right.
And I'd say there's a lot of edges and there's a lot of safeties in the free agent market. That's where you go. That's where you fill those spots.
All right, Phil. See you Friday.
All right, man. All right. Thanks, Ronbo.
Thank you.
Oh, bye.
And there it is. And one of the founding members of Team. I got the wrong. Oh, I forgot. I thought I seen Trey's name. It's no founding member. It's one of the members, though. Shay!
Oh, yeah. What's up, Ronbo?
Shay, you need to change it.
I'll do the introduction, too. I'll do the Undertaker introduction, too. You know what I mean? Finally,
you know,
Ronbo.
That's
what I gotta say. Finally.
I love the way you slowed it down yesterday for everybody's comprehension.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty funny.
No, but Ronbo, I really wanted to talk about one thing. And, everybody's been hating on that Dak contract. But listen, actually, I've been seeing a lot of reports about this, right? So Dallas doesn't have a GM, and everybody's looking at that Dak $123 million guaranteed. It's like, oh my gosh, that's an ugly contract. But the thing is, everybody feels like they got a hunch that because Jerry Jones and his son are the ones who do the contracts. They don't have a GM. They don't, they got a front office guy, but they're the ones who negotiate. And as Jerry Jones is one of the members, what they're thinking is because the reason why they signed Dak to that contract is because they know that the salary cap increase will be within the next year or two because of the TV deal. So that's why they're okay with they backloaded that contract to all hell because he's only getting paid like $22.5 million and he's getting $70 million this year, but that's the majority of that is the signing bonus.
I thought it was 75.
I mean, 75. It was like 75. $75 million was that signing bonus. So
that's still huge.
They backloaded that contract a hefty amount and they paid him like top 5. I mean, he's getting paid more than Deshaun Watson, and he ain't even top 5. I mean, I say he's like top 9, but he ain't top 5. But anyway, so I think that contract shows that I think the 49ers might have an inkling of doing the same damn thing. They're just like, well, we'll just backload Trent Williams. But, I mean, we already knew that. But as far as it wouldn't look as bad if it's backloaded when the salary cap the following year or two is going to go up 50 freaking mil, right? Like, it doesn't matter at that point because there's so much money that's going to be fluxed into the free agency market and into teams that you could be able to build, you know, whatever roster you want at that point. So I just thought that was an interesting story that I read from a couple of of the not 49ers beat writers, but some dude from the NFL. I forgot his name, but I mean, he seems like pretty credible. He has a good following. So yeah, but I mean, I think the 49ers won the day of free agency. I don't think we'll hear any noise until whatever happens with Trent Williams. I think they'll start moving after Trent. I do think that they'll go ahead right away, immediately start addressing the O-line, like go get Alex Mack. Like I said, I think Alex Mack immediately makes his O-line better because he knows pre-snap calls, he can read coverages, he knows what, he'll have the O-line on the same page for blocking techniques when it comes to facing blitzes and everything like that. So I think that'll be a huge signing. And then there's a lot of guys like Kevin Zeitler, Gabe Jackson that could play all right guard. They got a lot of guys out there. Joe Thuney, I know guys are running him. I think Norwell from the Jacksonville Jaguars is available too. I mean, these guys will be pretty expensive, but like Gabe Jackson and who did I say? I say Gabe Jackson. I don't know Zeitler. Zeitler was making around 10 mil, so hopefully he might try to take a discount. I know Gabe Jackson will probably be, but he's a good run blocking defender. And then whatever they decide to do in the draft. So, but yeah, I mean, hopefully.
Remember, Shay, their options are limited, though. They can't really just run around saying, "No, that's not going to be enough." But thanks, guys. I'll get back to you if I want to talk about that price. Yeah. They can't really do that. They got about two or three
not
places.
This year. That's what you're going to see a lot of mercenary contracts this year. Yeah. Absolutely, Ronbo. I mean, I've been saying this when I knew that the cap, but I was even thinking that the cap was going to go up. Too, that they might have used some of the money from the TV deals this year to try to at least keep it the same, maybe like 190. But I mean, that didn't happen. Yeah. And it's I said it like 3 weeks ago that they're gonna come out a memo a week before free agency and tell you what the cap is, and it's 182. So I mean, at least we know what we're looking at. But yeah, Rumble, I mean, I think you're right. Like we're gonna have a lot of these guys on 1-year contracts, and like you said, we'll see what we approach in the draft. Like I said, like I'm a big fan of if they do take edge, I'm hoping it's Azeez Al-Jawari from Georgia. The kid is a pure speed rusher. The only reason why he's gonna go in the 20s is the fact that he only plays 50% of his snaps, not because he's injured, but because he's a situational pass rusher. He's not one of the but you're paying him to get after that quarterback on third down. And that's what we need. We need that D4 type clone who will unlock the wide 9. And I think a lot of people realize that when what the wide line is known for is that when you bend the edges, it allows a quarterback to step up, which allows Armstead to eat, which allows Javon Kinlaw to eat. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what the wide line is predicated on. You get the edge to bend, allowing the quarterback to step up for the knee tackles to make the plays.
And you just want to set the edge. Armstead can do that on non-passing downs. So the 49ers got all that covered. Get a speed guy like you're talking about. That would be it. Yeah. Kerry Hyder filled that role pretty well last year for a guy who had little to no help.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, little to no help. Yeah, absolutely. So you that guy, and you fill out whatever you want to get. Some cornerbacks in the second round or whatever, and then the third round you want to draft a guard or whatever to fill in. But I mean, like I said, it's going to be interesting to watch. There's other speed guys. I know the John Brown from the Bills got let go. John Ross is available. You got a lot of burner guys that are out there that the 49ers can look into too, sign to these contracts, these little 1-year deals, because again,
too. Yeah, I like that idea.
Right, again, because there's going to be a lot of mercenary contracts because the season is on the down cap year, so.
Mm-hmm. And then negotiate something bigger next year. And a lot of players are probably going to think like that, Shay. I think you're right. There's going to be a lot of guys running around. I'm here for a 1-year contract, guys. What are you guys offering? Because I already know the situation. And with good sense, that's what the managers have got to say that, or the agents. So,
yeah, I think so too. But all right, Ronbo. Well, shout out to my TNT brothers, Trey, everybody in the chat, the homie Lee, Callie, Bill, all my guys. They know who they are: J Tan, J Run, Big Show, TNT Squad, all of them. Denise, I could be forgetting to shout her out, but shout out to the queen of TNT, the first lady, Denise. Shout out to her. So, but all right, Ronbo, thank you for the platform again, brother.
Night,
and thank you for production, and you have a good night, man.
You too, fam. Night, Shay. And And Rivera says, hey. He said, what up, my brother? Last year, I didn't get a chance to call for my birthday. Today, my 50th birthday. I'm realist old school for a night for life. For a night for life. 5-0. Wait. Oh. See, normally you say 5-0, the police are coming. I forgot my beverage. I'm going to have to do this dry. Happy Niners birthday, Big Rich. Happy Niners birthday to Rich. Happy. It's 501 away from 49. Happy Niners. Big Rich. Hey, fam. Hey, go get your Super Bowl before you get 52, too. Yeah. I almost always get caught into reading Rudy's ridiculous names. He puts sentences. Rudy writes, everybody else writes a name. Rudy writes sentences for his name. Anyway, Rudy says, my Rams restructuring Donald Stafford, Ramsey contracts, and freeing up $44 million to cover cap, sign draft picks. And Jim Snead is a boss that what we do, son. Rudy, the money he's freeing up is going to be for lawyer fees. You guys, you can't just cut people owing them money and expect not to get into serious trouble. How many guys you guys got out there saying, where's my money? John. Come on in, John.
Ronbo.
Every time, he's a source of constant comedy, But John, man, what is I'm looking at these draft picks. That's very exciting. And like somebody said, how many of those guys are going to be out of those 10 players? We should run a pool right now. How many of those guys are going to be solid picks that we are saying this time next year? Damn, 49ers hit that out of the park that year, man. The 49ers, there's not one dude in that draft that we can't use. Or you're seeing guys that are being released. John, has anybody got your attention so far that you might want to see the 49ers pick them up?
First, I want to shout out to Tommy Huxley. Yeah. I see you on the chat, man. See you on the chat, man. Anyway, I think I was the person who called it a few weeks ago that teams were going to be cutting, and I said that New Orleans were going to be cutting a lot of people. I don't know how many people they already cut. And now you have Emmanuel Sanders, who played for the 49ers. If John Lynch wants to bring him back, because he and Jimmy Garoppolo have that good chemistry, so we'll see how much they're going to get. Because I also said, and it's probably possible now, because I've been seeing it for a couple of weeks before this stuff happened, Kendrick Bourne may be gone.
Yeah, he might be pricing himself out. That's true.
Yeah, because Kendrick Bourne is probably going to say, "Hey, I played every game." Debo, didn't play. He's also going to say, "Oh yeah, Ayuk didn't play every game." So, there are egos that these players have. And then, Kawan Alexander, he got cut. We traded him, and now the Saints don't want him. So, for the 49ers, they also just got 2 comp picks, one in the 3rd, one in the 5th round. What happens, say, they get their guy at 3rd with that comp pick, and then, we probably get another Fred Warner type of player or a George Kittle at those 2 picks. You never know.
I know. That's what they do. And we got 3 5th-round picks. What did I say? We got 3 5th-round picks, right? I mean,
and that's good for us.
The league allowed the 49ers to have 3 picks of where they do their best work. Can you imagine that?
And then, they can also use, a couple of those 5th rounds to trade up in the 4th round, maybe in the 3rd round. So I'm not even worried what they're going to be doing because, the season, is starting off in a good note for us. The governor in the state is saying, fans are going to be able to go to stadiums, especially, baseball, which is going to be starting up really soon, so there's probably going to be an off season. So, we got to slow down, take every one day at a time. And there's going to be more good news for the 49ers. They may even let fans go to training camp like they usually do, probably
maybe
in a
not
much
as many,
smaller
not
setting.
as many, but still allow it.
Yeah.
You're right. Because baseball, the Giants are going to have fans. California says, let's go. We're going to allow fans in the stands. Maybe not to the volume, but there's going to be out there. So.
Yeah, so, we're moving back to normal. Like 2020, I'm so happy it's gone. I think probably by the summertime, people will start to have a little bit of normal life. But back to the football, like if Emmanuel Sanders wants to come back, he doesn't have the leverage no more because I think he's 34 years old, and they're not going to pay him,
33.
like someone said 20. Yeah. And someone said, he wants $24 million for 2 years. I don't think he's going to get that.
Right, John, did you hear that already? Emmanuel said, give me 24? No, he didn't. 2 years?
It's probably rumors,
That's got to be a rumor.
A lot of rumors.
Sanders knows better than that. And especially in this year, you don't be asking for that if you really want to play. No way. He didn't get that much from the Saints. And now we're going to give him more? Come on now. That's got to be a joke.
Yeah, but then, I know that's free agency for you. Like all these beat writers and all these, experts are saying, this is what's going to happen. Slow down, people. Slow down, people. And then also, to whoever that Rams guy is who's saying that they're going to restructure everything to get $44 million. I'm like, no, you won't. I'm sorry. I don't like talking trash, but no, you won't. You guys are screwed. That's why they traded Goff. They didn't trade Goff because he sucked. They didn't want to pay that contract.
But you know what? They didn't do themselves any favor because they ended up with dead cap anyway, and they still got to pay Stafford some. Well, they pay him a little less. But you know what? That's going to bite them in the ass next year. They don't know what they're doing. You know what? As professionals, I would figure I might be stepping out of line saying these things. But the Rams do not know what they're doing, John. We're seeing bizarre stupidity every year from them. What are you doing? God.
I don't like McVay. He could be out of a job in the next 3 years because they're throwing their future away. At least John Lynch is like he's not getting I got to do what the writers say. He's taking his time because he also knows his job is on the line as well. But at least we're not the Rams. That's all I can say about that.
That's stepping off into a bottomless pit and just screaming for years as they fall. John, let's see you Friday. We're going to keep things tight tonight on the time because we're late. So, but good stuff as usual.
All right. I want to remind everybody, like, comment, chat, and subscribe to this guy, Ronbo Sports, the only place that lets you call in, even if you disagree with them.
Yeah.
Niners.
Thanks, John. Have a great night, too. Looking for you Friday. Yeah, I forgot about Kendrick Bourne's situation. I'm a little concerned about that. I bet the 49ers are probably going to reach out to him. Well, he said they did already. I saw him say that on Twitter. Hey, Lee, come on in, Lee. It's Lee time. And after the season's over, it's especially Lee time. You got any questions? We're going to have Lee on in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. And he's going to bring in his mock draft, which has got to be exciting. And then, of course, the questions. Because it's going to be – we got Tony coming in this weekend, too. So, big show. Show's got to give us some radio broadcast. Lee, come on in, man.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Oh, Lee, man, I'm telling you, man. I'm laughing because I know you were overjoyed when you saw the 49ers draft picks increase and some of the things that you figured they're going to do. And you hit upon that a little bit. And also, with some of the people are just all of a sudden, all right, you're out. What? I was an all-pro. I made the Pro Bowl. Listen, the problem is you made the Pro Bowl. We can't afford you anymore. Lee, do you see any guys out there, though, that are crying on a corner somewhere without a job, that the 49ers might think about finding a way to get them on the team?
Yeah, Ronbo. That's the thing. Like, all these draft picks are going to be so handy because the middle of this draft is so deep. There's so many guys in the second, third, and fourth round. So those extra picks are going to help. The third and fifth rounders. They're crucial, and we need a lot of pieces. A lot of guys, hitting free agency, and we got to re-sign guys. So they're going to be crucial to rebuilding this team and trying to have a run at the playoffs. Obviously, while we don't think we're going to get a quarterback, we're rolling with Jimmy another season because they'll be trying to win, Ronbo. Like, we've had one winning season, we have to win games.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people like the tackles. So obviously the Trent Williams, it's a big thing. We've been talking about it over and over. Trent Williams. And did you see his interview, Ronbo, with Sherman?
Yeah, Trent's Evan Sherman. Yeah, Trent's. I think he really wants to stay. You can tell. It's hard to BS about that. He really does want to stay with the 49ers.
Yeah, well, he did touch on it, and he said, Kyle Shanahan's system, it sort of makes him stand out, because of the things they get him to do with his athleticism, size, and his strength. Yeah. And to me, that's why this whole time I've wanted to re-sign him. Obviously the only thing is money. So I'm hoping we have the money to, match these other teams when it comes to free agency. Because, if we're close to it, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back. He's been with Kyle for a long time, even over in Washington. The Shanahan's, he knows the system. And he rated the number one left tackle, Ronbo, and that's huge because people are questioning our O-line, questioning if we can protect our quarterback. And he's good on both sides of the ball. He's got experience too, So I feel like he's the leader really on that O-line. Like, they gave a captain, made McGlinchey last year a captain, but, he didn't play like he deserved that. So that's why we need to bring Trent back, Ronbo. Like, we can go out and draft the Slater. I think some people like Slater. Yeah. Or Darisaw. I don't see many people talking about Darisaw, Ronbo. He might be the best tackle to get if we lose Trent Williams. Say we don't re-sign him, and say a team like the Colts or a team like the Raiders or someone who got rid of Trent Brown recently, traded him back to the Patriots, which I thought was real funny, Ronbo, because the Patriots didn't want to pay him, remember, after their Super Bowl. We let him go. They sent him to the Raiders, and then the Raiders pay all that money for him. And then and then the Patriots get him back for cheap. Now they got him on like 11 mil instead of having to pay him all that money. So the Raiders just did another F up like they usually do, like they did in the draft.
Raiders and
when
Rams.
They took Cleveland Farrell. So that's funny.
God, yes. Man. Can you imagine Lee being a Raider or Rams fan? How and 49er fans complain about the things we shouldn't be complaining about. Be a Raiders or Rams fan. You talk about scary situation, and they stay in it. So. Yeah,
well, the Raiders, they don't have really anything to celebrate for a long time. The Rams, they sort of annoy me, Ronbo, because they always remain competitive. Like, they make some big, crazy moves, but they always find a way to bounce back. Yeah, and I think that's mainly to the coaching, And, he's a student of Kyle's, he came up through him, underneath him. And so, it's the coaching that gets you there, Like, even the Super Bowl, like, I know people don't really like talking about the Super Bowl, but at the end of the day, like, Kyle put Jimmy in position to win. He just couldn't execute, A lot of people will say the defense, made some plays, and down in the fourth quarter, they made some mistakes, but at the end of the day, we weren't able to move the chains and give our defense a rest, and they had to sit out there and get burned by that hot offense, that the Chiefs have, Ronbo. So it'd be nice to rebuild the defensive line too. I know, there's a few edges. Shay said Aziz Jalari, the Georgia kid. I think I mentioned him a while ago too. He's a good fit because he can bend. He can get, there's not many guys in this draft that have that ability to bend around the edge. There's a few guys that are really athletic, but they're really raw. And that's why there's not at the top 5 or top 10, even probably defensive edge in this draft, Ronbo. So say if we do sign Trent Williams, that, like I said that other time, that could be the pick, if we've got the first chance to pick out a defensive lineman, and obviously with D Ford not being healthy, that could be the pick. And I know a lot of people are going to be like annoyed if it's another defensive lineman, but I know you won't be, Ronbo, because you know how important the defensive line is.
Yes,
yeah.
Give me an edge rusher. I'll take it. I don't care. We don't have the quarterbacks. I don't care. He's an edge rusher. I like him. Anyway.
But just before I go there, if a guy like the tight end from from Florida Gators, Kyle Pitts or Waddle are there, Ronbo, they would be hard to pass. They are probably the sexiest picks in the draft. We don't really do sexy picks, but
never.
You know, those would be guys that would be so hard to pass on.
But not in the first round.
Could you imagine what they'll do for Jimmy A?
Oh, that's it. You know, so your quarterbacks that are going to kick ass are not going to be the ones that he doesn't know how to carry a team. No. Teams need weapons. All right, you're not going anywhere without them. That's the thing.
Yeah. And when you look at the Chiefs and the Bucks, Ronbo, they have weapons all over, and we got to be able to match them. And I'm going to give you one stat before I go, Ronbo, and that's Kyle Pitts. You know what is he from 38 times they've targeted him in the end zone, Ronbo, and 38 times he's come down with the ball. He's unstoppable in the end zone.
I saw film on him. I was watching him. The dude is a beast. Him and George were just ridiculous together. All right, Lee, we got to.
See, Ronbo, thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Lee.
Shout out to the chat and all the callers.
Hey. All right, Lee. Great day. Prepare yourself. It's more Rudyisms. Rudy says, hold on, Rams 4 straight winning years, 3 playoff appearances. We're SB contenders. Niners last place 3 or 4 years, might be last again, 2021. What Niner future? Rudy, you know, Rudy, all you can do though, Rudy, is pray for something that happened last year when everybody goes down injured. Rudy, God blessed you last year, all right, and a little bit the year before last. But Rudy, if that is what you have to rest your hopes on, that's scary stuff. What if the 49ers make it through the season without a whole lot of injuries? You guys are going to be killed as per usual. So good luck. Thanks for the contribution, Rudy. Sweep. Steven.
Ronbo, how you doing?
So then you're working Rudy. You gotta love Rudy. Rudy brings a lot of comedy element to the program.
Rudy, shut your goofy ass up. You sound so goofy. Oh, they're gonna restructure Matthew Stafford's contract. Man, they ain't gonna restructure nothing about that man.
Stafford just got here.
Oh, man, God. You guys. That's what I love about Rams fans. They're beyond delusional. They thought they got a better deal by getting rid of Goff and getting Stafford. Like, no, you just traded an okay QB for a QB that's worse, that's made out of glass, that's less expensive for that exact reason.
And all the other weapons are going to lose, and Stafford's going to be out there. I think they've already lost a couple of people that Stafford could have used. It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But you know what? Steve, we got to give them a little credit though. They actually do come in and perform. They can score. But I wonder what they're going to look like after golf though, because contrary to what popular belief is, golf may not have been as bad as some think. So we're going to see what happens with that.
No, he wasn't as bad as people think. The only reason why he was doing bad is because he broke his thumb and he was throwing the ball with that same exact hand. Mm-hmm. His second-string quarterback, I would love to see that dude come back. Their second-string quarterback.
When they try to break his neck?
Over yeah. Like, that dude, I loved watching him.
He was special.
That, so I got some news about Jason Verrett.
What is it? Please.
Man, I don't know if everyone's ready to hear this.
Oh, no. Okay, we can take it. Go ahead.
Yeah, he wants to test free agency. He's not coming back. He wants to test the water, see where he can land. So
wait, when you say he's not coming back, did he kind of make that? Because we already knew he wanted to check out and see what he could get, but did he sort of indicate that he doesn't really plan on coming back?
Yeah, he indicated it. It's already his agent. They want to test out the waters, see what they can find. So he's gone, just like what was it, John or Lee? I forgot the one before Lee. There's going to be a lot of mercenary contracts.
Oh, yeah.
Emmanuel Sanders, if he's willing to come back, he's going to have to take a fat pay cut. I don't know what he's thinking, asking $24 million, especially this year, with the cap being so low. That's the exact same reason why he got cut.
Yeah.
It's the exact same reason why Josh Hill and what's his name? Oh, my God, I forgot.
Position.
The other guy that went with Josh Hill or something. Yeah, he got cut. A lot of superstar players, a lot of veteran superstar players are getting cut because no one can afford them.
Yeah, and they refused to renegotiate the contracts. Like, what's his name over in with the Vikings? I thought he just got released because of cap. No, they tried to talk to him into doing something with his contract so they could make it easier for him to keep him on the team. He said no. See, I don't know why these guys take such a hard stance if they really want to stay with the team. And the team is saying, we're not taking from you. We're just going to restructure it and pay it to you in a different fashion. You can't stand that? And they leave. So.
Yeah, they're like, oh, no, I can't do restructuring. And it's like, listen, man, by you leaving, it's going to make it harder for you to land a contract because you want X amount of money, and some teams can't afford that. And most teams are looking more forward to the draft than picking people up by trade or, free agency. That's what players don't understand, and it's going to hurt them in the long run, but, hey, more power to them, right? For the Niners, though, for Trent Williams, if it's as good as I think it is, I think the Niners have given him a contract that he can't refuse. And it's not going to be $24 million that he wants, but it's going to be incentive based, and I think that's what he kind of is looking at because he sees that the Niners are a winning team. He sees the team has potential. He understands that, and I feel like he's willing to take an incentive contract to stay with a winning team. I mean, think about it. If you're on a team like the 49ers and you have one bad season, are you going to abandon ship?
No,
even though the season before they did phenomenal, they went to the Super Bowl.
And especially, the situation and what happened. I mean, nobody's going to win losing all those players like the 49ers did. Nobody. So.
Exactly. And all these players are willing to restructure.
Yeah.
Some players are willing to leave and test out the free agency, see what they can get.
See, that's greed.
Go on the open market.
I'm happy for them leaving.
Easily.
See, you know what? I'm happy those guys are leaving because it's all about the money with them. If you need to have a little bit of 49er passion first, I need to feel that even if you're faking it, and then we can talk. But come on, man. Jason, good luck, Jason. God, that sucks. Anyway, because what we did for him, Stephen, for years, we kept carrying him, nursed him back to health, let him build his career, reputation. Last year, I'm out of here, y'all. Thanks. To you, Jason.
You know what I think you want? He wants to land on a team that he knows will pay him good, and it's not going to happen. And I have a good feel, and he wants a good winning team. So that's what he's looking at, and I don't think he's going to land on that winning team.
The Chiefs ain't going to sign him.
Buccaneers got all these players.
Oh man, they're good. There you go, Jason. Get with the Bucks. Steve, we got to go. We're out of time. Let me see you Friday, fam.
All right, you take care, Ronbo. I'll see you then.
You too. All right. Night, Steven. Yeah, but I got to go find that article, man. I'm shocked. That's it. Is that the stance Verrett's going to take? Thanks, 49ers, I'm out of here. And yeah. So, you got to remind that story of that frozen snake the girl found, and she brought it in the house, and she nursed it back to health, and the snake healed up and bit her. You know what I'm saying? Emilio! And JJ says, Rudy, who gave y'all your first L in y'all's home? Rudy, thanks, JJ. Emilio. Each and every program we get to take a few minutes out to clown Rudy, because Rudy's a fool, man.
Ain't no point clowning a fool when you already know when you know you're an idiot.
Hey, but Emilio, we got all kind of draft picks now. Are you expecting big things? I mean, because we were going to do fine anyway, but keep giving us more draft picks. It's getting crazy up in here, And Rudy, do you say, well, I can't, but let me apologize. I called Emilio Rudy. Emilio, I'm so sorry. And also, with the guys that are running around here so far, because there's going to be more, the guys have been released so far. Do you see anybody that has your attention, Emilio?
I don't know. It's because first we got to worry about what's going on with Trent. I don't know. They keep saying he wants to come back. They keep saying he's gonna leave. So it's I see. It's just if we're gonna worry about our players first, we got to worry about that first, and then we can worry about if we want to get another defensive lineman, want to get a receiver, where are we trying to go? I mean, because it all depends. We got to worry about who we're going to sign first, and then we can go worry about branching out, and if we get somebody else in free agency. Because I mean, that's the most important thing. If we're going to keep our players or let them walk.
Yeah, because there's going to be some real creative signings. But the 49ers are going to manipulate every trick in the book. And we got the right guy for that, Emilio. Parag will figure out a way to get these guys. Lynch seems pretty confident, so. Yeah.
I know. I think with all these picks now, I think mostly what they're going to do is work on the draft. Because I've been seeing people post, and I've been reading and getting emails of certain players that Shanahan and the 49ers have been talking to. So I've been more intrigued in that than free agency because, I mean, like I said, we don't really have the money for free agency. I mean, we've got more money, but I think our thing is better to go cheap and try to get the talent out of there because the one players I have noticed, that one lineman from, what was his, God, I forgot his name. Ooh, the one
offense, defensive.
Yeah, it was offense. I just seen a video of him like yesterday. He was able to bench like 300-something pounds or something. It made a big video.
Is it college or pro? It's college.
College, yeah, it was college.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot his name.
Yeah,
I think he was at Northwestern. Yes,
that's Slater.
Yes, there you go. Slater, yes.
Yeah, Slater's an animal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said, well, I mean, there's him, and then there was that other running back that the Shanahan was looking at. I said, okay, well, that's why I've been paying attention more.
I just saw his name today. I said, watch Shanahan. He may go into the draft to get a running back this time, just because he never does.
That was the thing I told you though, because I was like, if we keep everybody, and like I said, as much as I'd like Raheem, we still need another running back. Even though we have so many, we just really need one to take the load off of Raheem because Shanahan's been running Raheem down to the ground. You know, like the guy is great. He's fast. But he's not that running back that he can do everything on his own.
Yeah, that's why TC opened up and did a good job when he was doing that last year. Even though TC wasn't doing all that, but it seemed to do something, the change of pace, seemed to have defenses on their heels. And Haim all of a sudden zipped through there like a bullet.
It worked. Yeah, I mean, it worked that one year when we went to the Super Bowl, but then the following year, him and Jet just fell off. I was like, what happened to you guys? I said,
after all these years.
Where's DeKale? I mean, DeKale had one hell of a year, the Super Bowl year, and then the following year, you basically said, forget this, I'm not gonna try. I try and it's not working. So I'm like, I don't know what happened with those two. They just it just looked like both of them two, Jet and DeKale, just fell apart for some weird reason. I don't know why.
Couldn't heal up. And couldn't come back after 2 years laid off like that. You know? So
I'm like, with Raheem Wilson, I think, and then if we do get another a running back, it would actually help. So, like I said, I think it would help even, like I said, because they're passing catch running back. So. Yeah. It would help. So
you're still going to see Bobby and Kyle finding these dudes on UDFAs, and they come in there, and we're going to look at them like, damn, how did he not get drafted? You know, it's just some guys.
You know what? We actually need to get a running back in the rounds because every time we've gotten one undrafted, yeah, they work out, but then for some reason they start falling apart too. You look at the Cheetah, what was his name? Matt Breida. He had 1-2 good seasons, and after that, he just fell apart.
But then you look and Chris Carson out of Seattle is available right now. I love me some Chris Carson. I hate it that we got to play against him. But he gets beat up just like our guys.
No, he he was good, but it was something about him. He had basically bursts here and then, and he wouldn't. He was a hit and miss. It would depend on what teams he played.
He's a north-south.
Hit and miss.
He's a north-south runner
too. Sometimes he would have some games, and then some games he just played horrible. So that one's kind of. It's like Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde had some games, and other games he was just bad. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
I agree. I just get a guy Carson because he's so hard to bring down once he gets going. But you're right. He ain't good. But he's available. It looks like.
Yeah.
We ran out of time. Yeah. Let me see you Friday, fam.
All right, I'll try to get on here. If I get a chance. Once I get up one of my working days, but
Yeah, I notice it's quiet. right.
Yeah, no, my off days are Wednesdays and Sundays. You know, my quiet days. But the other 2
That's
days
a
that
good day to
you're
have
on,
off Sunday
I'm at
too.
work.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Emilio. Talk to you
All
later.
right. All right, later. Good night.
Yeah, let's tell you. Can you imagine Kyle finally? And I still want the Bay Area product out of Antioch High School. Najee! Bring Najee to let him run with our guys. Norm! Storm and Norman!
What is it?
Norman,
Wait. What is it? What is it? It's Niners all day.
I forgot. I got to give Norm his intro. I got to ask him that to start off.
Every time.
Norm, what's that sound, though, Norm?
I forgot to do something, too. I forgot to say something. You know, I was so hungry, right?
Yeah,
you know what?
Always.
I got to give a shout out one time to Rudy. Rudy is one of the most, is one of the faithfulest trolls I've ever met. And I just want to give a shout out to him because his MC, his WCW just sent me DoorDash me some jambalaya from BJ's. And I think that's a sign. Awesome. Tell him so. Thank you, Rudy. Tell your favorite girl I said thank you for blessing me with a good meal. Speaking of good meals.
No, wait. You got some sound going on there. Is that you? Are you playing anything or something? Or what's going on there? There's this weird.
Nah, that wasn't me.
I don't know what. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe that's the Wi-Fi connection. You know, black people ain't got good Wi-Fi connections. Anyway, so.
Okay, we'll have to. Okay, Laura, we'll deal with that.
So we're moving along here. So the big thing this week was Williams was, everybody's been hyped up about Trent Williams wanting to come back, and that's a good thing. You feel me? That's really cool. And that was a big one I was really getting on. Wait a minute. No. Yeah. Damn, I'm tripping. Ronbo. Oh.
I was wondering where you're trying to go, Norm. Go ahead. You can get it. What is it? Norm, I think your Wi-Fi just played all the way out. Norm, maybe come back, and when we see you, we'll bring you right in. Your frame just froze, and the sound was really having problems there. All right, let's get back to Norm, because I can't wait to see what he was talking about. Let's find out more about that in a few minutes. And there he is, Mr. T himself, from the wonderful islands of Hawaii. Tony!
Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can. Hey.
There we go. Aloha. How you doing, brother?
Aloha, my friend. You're doing all right. Because I'm looking at things develop, and as the drama unfolds, you see the 49ers all of a sudden got all these draft picks. I'm saying, my God. When they let you know the good news is always it comes in buckets. It's not just a couple of things being said. 49ers, you will now increase your picks to 10. What? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And Tony, because you watch these things closely too, I'm sure you do. Do you see anything that you think might be affordable and actually beneficial to the 49ers roster? Some of these people are running around out here now suddenly without a job.
So actually, I took a look at the NFL.com's 101 top free agents, and I cut off everybody above 40. So this is taking a look at that list from 40 on down. I see 2 centers who might be worth going after in Austin Ryder and David Andrews. I see 5 cornerbacks, so we can let Jason Verrett walk, who might be good to go after. Xavier Rhodes, Quentin Dunbar, Mike Hilton, Desmond King, and Michael Davis. There are a lot of edge rushers, and honestly, since we have Bosa coming back, we just need somebody on the other side to be the pincer. Now, granted, it'd be best if we had a speed rusher similar to D Ford, but given how many edge rushers there are, there's Everson Griffin, Alden Smith, Melvin Ingram. We should actually re-sign Kerry Hyder. I think we can because there are so many people. Also, Tack McKinley he didn't make a team last season, but he should
injured,
be healthy
right?
from that groin. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'll bet you he can pass a physical, so we should look at him.
By now.
Juice, yeah, by now, absolutely. Juice, we should try to re-sign. There's a guard, Kevin Zeitler from the Giants.
I saw him. Yeah.
Yeah, he might be expensive. And just looking, though, I am hopeful that the 49ers will be able to get Rashawn Slater and re-sign Trent Williams and sign Alex Mack. So I'm not sure if we'll need that guard, but let's say we don't manage to re-sign Trent Williams and we do draft Slater. I could see, Kevin Zeitler sliding in at guard and that being pretty good, but we'll see how that plays out. DJ Jones is a free agent for us, so we might want to look at Tyson Alu, even though he's 33, as like a stopgap nose tackle sort of replacement kind of a guy. Also, 2 outside-the-box running backs. So we got Duke Johnson and Marlon Mack, who I could see being very good in Kyle's system. And then 4 safeties, Anthony Harris, Rashawn Jenkins, Keanu Neal, and Malik Hooker, all of whom I think could not be as good as Jaquaski, but fill in and let D'Amico do his thing and see where we go. And I'll be honest with you.
Malik Hooker, though, he's not a Malik's sort of a free safety, isn't he?
True. But, Jimmy Ward can flip back and forth. And
that's true.
Really what we're looking for is depth at the position and a capable person who I think who could play on game day. And given the new defensive scheme, our coordinator, I should say, scheming up things differently, I think we could look for some creativity there. My last guy, and this is somebody, I don't think we need to be going to sign Manny Sanders. I love the guy. I don't like the fact that he's 3 years removed from an Achilles and he's getting up there in age. I think we should get Cordell Patterson, because I think he's a guy who could help us in the return game. And also, if you think about Cordell Patterson, he reminds me of what Jalen Hurd was supposed to be, a tall, beefy guy who can carry the ball as well as receive the ball and then also return kicks. And I think we could get him at a discount. So there's, given the COVID cap year, and given what we're looking at, there's plenty of people there in free agency and at positions that we could definitely sign who I think we could do very, very well in. And I'm very optimistic. So, but it's all dictated how much space we're going to have. Can we re-sign Trent Williams and then building out of it from there? But I'm stoked, Ronbo. What do you think? That's a lot of names I threw at you.
No, I love the names. And my God, you gave a lot of choices there. Because now Jason Verrett is actually, I've got that same feeling I had about Robbie Gould that year. I was saying there must be somebody we can find to kick the ball, because Robbie Gould seemed to have this attitude about, I don't know, I think I'm missing my family. He was running that game in order to get the 49ers to think that, I don't really care if I don't come back or not. You guys don't want to pay me, that's fine. So there's Jason Verrett. And as I said, Tony, we took care of Jason. We had faith in him. We nursed him back to health. And he says, adios. Oh, come on, Jamie. You're not even going to listen to a 49er offer? I'm
sure he'll listen to one. But at the end of the day, he was a free agent acquisition for us to begin with. You're right. We invested 2 years into him. I remember he came into play and got burned that first season that he came back off of his injury. Yeah. And then we still kept him around. I'm not mad at him. He really, given his injury history, he has one chance left for a big payday. And unfortunately, he's coming out into free agency in this awful year. So, God bless him. He was great for this 1 year, but he wasn't integral to that Super Bowl run. And honestly, I think that if he wants to go get that paycheck, we shouldn't be mad at him. And you know what?
You're right.
Well, we could also maybe recoup a 4th or a 5th round compensatory pick if he goes and signs a big money deal someplace else. So we'll see how that all shakes out too. So from a free agency acquisition to getting potentially a free pick, that's a good deal if you ask me. And good luck to Jason Verrett if he's going to be that way.
Yeah. That's the best way to look. That's a healthy way to look at it too, Tony. That's why you don't get all upset, because I just think, my God, where's the gratitude, Jason? Come on, man.
It's that aloha spirit, Ronbo. We appreciate it, Jason, but you know what? Like, we'll find somebody else if need be, because we're the 49ers, and that's what we do.
Yeah, and we're going to be fine without you. Hey, Tony, outstanding stuff as usual. And let's talk Friday.
Do my best, Ronbo. Aloha. Take care.
Aloha, Tony. Yeah. The thing I like about Tony, and Tony even lets us know, because he knows I love having him on the program. He lets me know he's not going to make it that day, so I can get depressed. Hey, let's see if his Wi-Fi is actually right, because Norm's apparently
he's back. He's back.
It's a better connection too, Norm. I don't hear that with that noise.
Much better connection.
So
wait, hold
continue,
on. I'm going back
continue
inside.
where you left off. You want to say Niners all day again? And not the question is, Norm.
Right. Okay. No. Okay. I'm back. All right. So there was one news that I don't know if this is confirmed yet. I haven't seen it yet, but there's one particular 49er that I'm very concerned with. And I want everybody else to be, I think everybody else has been concerned with John Lynch, our general manager. I've heard from a birdie on social media. I don't know if it was Twitter or one of these birds that always be chiming in about which quarterback we need on the team. But John Lynch has been reported saying he is not doing any press conferences during this free agency.
He's not doing any press conferences?
Zero press. He's not doing. Yeah, that's what I heard. I was like, he ain't doing no press conferences. Remember when Trent Baalke used to be on free agency? He used to come in there and chime in all the time. Oh, we're going to get the most elite players. We're going to restructure the franchise to the best. None of that from John Lynch.
Did John do that last year though?
So,
I'm trying to remember. Does he ever do that? Or does Kyle?
Maybe his hairline does it. Maybe his hairline. You ever seen John Lynch's hairline? It looks like the stock market. Like you ever like how it goes up and down. I don't know. Maybe that's happening to our offseason. Like maybe that's happening to our franchise. There's always up and downs like John Lynch's hairline.
Yeah, John, but you bring that up though. If John
shout out to John Lynch's hairline, guys. Like, just maybe that's what we have to look forward to in our offseason is just look at John Lynch's hairline, and it'll tell you everything that's going to happen this offseason. Huh?
I just can't imagine. Norm, did he make an announcement saying he was not? Please don't ask. I'm not going to be doing any press conferences during the free agency period.
I don't know. All I know is I follow the guys who always have a lot to say about the 49ers and who they want to pick up. And, we have private groups. And, I talked to these guys and one of the main conversations that was brought up, especially shout out to Will, shout out to Bashar, shout out to Joseph, shout out to Big Show, shout out to TNT. Shout out to Niners Talk, Hawk Hater TV, all y'all. Shout out to Steve McCarver, 49 Cents, Ronbo Sports, all y'all. Straight up, I hear the news, and that's one of the ones I didn't see none of this because I'd be at work all day. So you feel me? That was one of them. I'm like, is this for real? Did he say that?
Yeah. I could see. The 49ers. John is serious about keeping things in house. If you start probing around, and writers, you know how they do, John. Yeah, we don't really believe, and I know you've said it a number of times, are you seriously going to stay with Jimmy Garoppolo? John Price says, okay, you know what? They're going to ask you about this. They're going to ask you about Trent. They're going to ask you about this, and this. I don't really feel like being bothered. I have been on podcasts, and I've answered these questions over and over again.
All the moves that we see the Niners make is in the front office. Like, that's the only moves that they know about making. And everybody else is like, oh, my God, all these other teams are making moves. They're getting better.
And there's that pressure. Pressure, Norm.
Can I say this to the faithfuls as a faithful? Okay, I've seen teams for many years, and you as well, Ronbo. We've gone through this. We've seen teams get players that were better than the players that they had the previous years. But did that make them better teams, or did that make them teams that got better players
and more attention? I mean, you're right. I mean, Norm, use the Rams for an example, Norm. Every year, the Rams go through this madness of players shuffling, and they still end up pretty much in the same place. So
pretty much, and the furthest they got was 3 points in the Super Bowl. So I'm like, man, Rudy, Rudy, I don't know where you be at though, but I know that I appreciate WCW keeps sending me jambalaya. Next time Ronbo gets me, every time if I call in on time, I'm gonna make sure y'all catch me while I'm eating some of your WCW's meals that she be cooking for me, that she be serving up for me. Rudy, You're a good man for that. I don't know how you did that.
Hold on. I can get my name.
Oh no!
Hold
Oh
on.
my God!
You think you're all cool?
Rudy, don't cut me off because I'll cut you off fast. Anyway,
You got to go run the Ethernet cable from the neighbor's house.
Okay,
Come on now.
Okay, that's it. Rudy, don't be interrupted when grown folks are talking. Hang him up. All right, go ahead, Norm.
Right, because I cut you off fast. Anyway, look, what I was gonna say, shout all the faithfuls though. Just pay attention to find if the fact that that there's nothing being leaked out of this franchise. We appreciate all the opinions, but man, we all in speculation mode, and that's all we got to look forward to. I've seen names, I see talent out there, but man, we notice it every year. The Niners pick up people that we'd be like, oh my God, we got to look at their highlights later.
And it's exciting. No, we gotta go. Let me get back to the food. WCW. Make sure and they're serving up Louisiana cuisine. But give us a picture next time.
That jambalaya was good, Rudy. I was just kidding. Go to BJ. You go to DoorDash yourself, man. Do it like I did. Go to DoorDash yourself, get you some food, and calm down, man. Calm your nerves, bro.
Lord, have a great evening.
Peace. And it's Niners all day.
Yeah. I'll see you Friday.
Yes, sir.
Rudy's guy's masochistic. He comes in here, and the chat just works him over. Rudy's skin is thick. Hey, Tony, come on in, Tony. See, Tony from Atlanta. See, Tony comes in, and we can talk to him like adults and treat him with respect. You see him on the chat, you can converse with him even though he's not a 49ers fan. Rudy comes in and immediately circle the wagons. It doesn't make it. Rudy, you need to work on your etiquette. Hey, Tony.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Ronbo?
Hey, Tony, man. We're just sitting there. I was sitting over here going over the draft and things like that. We 49ers just picked up a bunch of other picks. But, Tony, I know you got some things you want to share with us from Atlanta. Go ahead.
Yeah, this free agency period, Ronbo, we don't have any money.
Hey, have you released any players? Alex Mack was one of the guys you released, isn't he?
They haven't released them yet.
Oh, yeah, I haven't released them yet. Yeah.
And we haven't franchised who's going to franchise yet either. We told our strong safety, Keon O'Neal, we're going to let him go ahead and test the market.
I saw that.
We released our free safety, Ricardo Allen, defensive end Allen Bailey, and who else did we release? I think that's about it.
How far are the Falcons over the cap? I mean, how much reduction is necessary?
Well, that put us, we were like 36 mil over. I know we saved 10 mil on Bailey and Allen. So, but at least it's better than the Aints, 49 over.
And they're not reducing as fast as one may have thought either. I think they've lost 2 or 3 people. They got rid of the ex-49ers, Emmanuel Sanders and Quan. Yeah. Quan's life is suddenly turned to doo-doo. Emmanuel Sanders should have never – and Sanders out asking for $24 million. I got to go find that. That's got to be a joke. 2-year contract. $12 million a year. Whew, Emmanuel, are you serious?
Man, and it's a couple free agents I would really love us to get. Left guard Joe Tooney from New England, because we need the left guard. And we don't have a backup quarterback because our backup quarterback retired.
Who was that? What's his name? Oh, really? Schwab, he's been over there the whole time. He was kicking the ball for you for a while, and now he was the backup QB, huh? Man.
Yep, and then we let go our other guy, Kurt Benkert. We let him go. So we don't have a backup quarterback. And see, again, there's that smoke again. Oh, we're going to take a quarterback at 4. No, we're not. Watch what happens. Watch what happens.
You know what? Second or third round maybe might be a good idea, because that's why Justin Fields was supposed to be rumored to be in the Falcons thinking. I just don't. I need to see. I could be wrong. I see Justin Fields. I don't see anything special there. He's okay, but you can't be just okay at the college level and expect to come in the NFL and just start going crazy.
Not gonna happen. Not on this level. No.
Yeah.
But Ronbo, we need defense, man. We need a defensive end. We could use an inside linebacker. Because Dean Peace, the former coordinator of New England on that 2018 Super Bowl team where they beat the Rams, and he was the Ravens D coordinator when they beat you guys in the Super Bowl in 2012.
See, that's
so we need defense, man. We need a running back in the left guard. And that's it. But
and that year, I was praying for you guys to beat Tom and the Patriots. It was all again the defense let up in the final few minutes of that game.
Sure. And everybody blamed Matt Ryan on that last drive, which I was mad too. And no disrespect, because he's a brilliant coach. Kyle Shanahan, after Julio made that great catch, we ran the ball on first down. The New England calls timeout. Second and third down, we passed, and they pushed us back with a sack and a penalty. Took us out of the field.
I couldn't believe it.
But
Belichick just
you know what?
methodically took the Falcons apart.
But the defense messed it up too, Ronbo, because after we punted to New England, they had the ball inside their 10 on that last drive. They converted 2 third downs and a 4th down. All we had to do was stop them.
I saw it.
In their own end.
You know, it's so funny, though. Everybody blamed Kyle for that. Fred Quinn was the boss, y'all.
Yeah.
So you know, why is somebody looking at him? Anyway, he's no longer. So
Matt Ryan is a 9-year vet. Change the play.
Yeah.
He's leading with the San Francisco Anyway. Change the play, man. You're a 9-year vet. Well, change it to a run.
That's enough. That's enough time in the league to make those decisions. Just like poor Aaron Rodgers, and I talked about him as a bad example. But that NFC playoff game, the coach handcuffed him, and Rodgers. I say, take it away, big fella. It's all yours. I go ahead and let him have it. This is why coaches got to know, man. If a guy's got enough time in the game, let him have it. Hey,
Ronbo, a rumor that I heard, though, Ronbo, is you guys might be interested in unrestricted free agent A.J. Green. I just heard that rumor today.
They've been talking about A.J. Green for 3 years, Tony. And this year may be the one. You've been trying to get A.J. Green forever. It'd be interesting.
He was healthy the whole year.
I know.
They froze him. T. Higgins just balled out for them. That second-round pick they got with the first pick of the second round out of Clemson. He balled out for them. So I think A.J. Green just needs a fresh start because he was healthy the entire year last year.
Man, he'd be so good. Anyway, Tony, good to hear from you. We'll see you Friday if you got some time. Be here. All right?
I'll call you Friday, sir.
All right, Tony. Have a great day.
Right.
See, Rudy, that's how you do. We 49 fans, we're not hateful people. We're but when you come in sideways, that's what ends up happening to you. See, there's nothing you can do to fix that either. Hey, what you got? Oh, there's more Rudy. 49ers Ultimate Report. Hey, 49er fans who call hold on, Fly Guy. 49er fans who call in, we may have different opinions and we may disagree on Jimmy, but we don't hate you, Ron. 49ers have love with Rudy's trash. 49ers, I realize that. The fun thing about it is one of us is going to end up apologizing next year in a few weeks, or should I say months, about Jimmy over, because we do this every year. There's somebody that somebody doesn't like, and we have these battles, and then I end up having to tell you next season, I told you. Johnny V! Hey, I just hope we use our capital to build for the long term rather than just shop free agency to fill the void. For one reason with the two vets, and then we are stressing again in the offseason, so let's make them count. That's true, John, and don't be giving up no draft picks and don't re-sign them. This is the biggest thing. This is why it is so important to hold on to Trent Williams. You don't let him get away and let this happen again. Because Emmanuel Sanders left with 2 high round draft picks. That's ridiculous. That was ridiculous for half a season rental. That's just outrageous. Fly Guy.
What's good?
Fly Guy, man, we were just talking about your favorite dude, Trent Williams, and also the fact that we got a bunch of new draft picks, as you know. and Fly Guy, the thing is, I know with all them draft picks, you must be excited because now you would say, let Trent walk and let's go ahead and draft a left tackle. Am I right?
But it's like we have this different situation right now because people are calling like, oh, we got 28 million in cap space. We got money. We don't have no money. We got no money. Because if you really look at it, Verrett was making $1 million a year. Fred was making $1 million a year. So if you want to bring back Fred and Verrett, your 28 million is gone. And some more.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no money there to even bring Emmanuel Sanders. And then on top of that, we got to save money to sign our draft picks. And we have 46 free agents. Everybody want to raise.
Especially with 10 guys. You're right. I always forget about the funds necessary to take care of the draft.
People are just like, this is crazy. Oh, we got 28 million caps. We got money. We're going to bring. You can't bring nobody with 20. Fred was making $1 million a year. If you're going to bring Fred back, that's the whole 28 million in Verrett. That's the whole cap money right there.
Mm.
And plus, you got to save money for the draft picks.
Yeah.
Everybody that's free agent want to raise. Bourne want to raise.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mosley want to raise.
Yeah.
Everybody want to raise.
That's why it was taking so long to sign him.
Players got to walk.
Yeah, but they got ways to actually, they move the numbers around in very mysterious ways, Fly Guy. You never, whatever you're seeing as far as the whole number, that's not going to happen to any of the players we got this year, especially this year. They'll take a little bit this year, and next year they'll take a little bit more, and next year they'll take a little bit more. You could work the numbers to make them work in your favor.
Not nowadays. Nowadays, them players want their money off front.
Well, then they got to walk then. Yeah, you got it. But when you're signing bonuses, though, that doesn't hurt the cap, though. It's the annual salary.
He went to the Saints and signed a 2-year deal. He didn't even finish a 2-year deal. And he did better with the Saints than 49ers. He caught 61 passes for almost 800 yards, almost 1,000 yards.
And you know what? That's why he wanted to go over there too.
Whoa.
No, he can play. That's why he went over there. He wanted a more pass-happy team. They don't. But so fun. He did that though, because what's his name was out. Their number one dude, Michael Thomas. So he got more chances because Thomas was out so much. Because if Thomas would have been there, he might not have had that kind of year. Because Breeze's favorite guy is Michael Thomas.
Yeah, but we very tight with Cat State. I don't want people. We got Cat State. We
got more than most people, Fly Guy.
Why not bring back Nick? The man played with a bunch of scrubs, making $700,000 a year. Scrubs.
Nick Mullins.
Almost threw like 3,000 yards, almost 11 touchdowns, almost 3,000 yards. Like, and you don't want to bring that backup in for $700,000, and you want someone for like $6 million or $5, $4, and you don't have no money. What kind of sense is we making? Like we just like, is we slow or what? Like, come on, Ronbo, man. I don't understand this. Like, money talk. Look at the stats. Money talk.
I think Nick, his elbow might be one of the reasons why they, Nick may be back at some point.
So what? He sit half of the season. Let CJ back him up. Those players are making nothing. I want to bring more. We got to sign Fred. We got to sign Mosley. We got to sign Verrett. We got to sign him. So many players. Everybody want to raise.
Yeah.
That's why Verrett is saying, I want to go test the free agency because John Lynch talking Chinese.
But the thing about Verrett is, he needs to get paid because his career is about to come circling around. He's I think he's 26, 27, something like that right now. Verrett needs to get something because he needs to worry about his future because he's that young. If he'd already been around 30 years old, he'd probably already made the money he's going to make. But right now, Verrett's got to say, I got to go somewhere and get some 49ers that can't afford to pay me because he may even want to stay with the 49ers, but, his life says, I better go. So Tony made sense.
It's not just,
I'm realizing
it's
that.
not just Verrett. It's not just Verrett. I'm sure every player on the team, even Sherman, you know why he say the 49ers ain't got no money to sign me.
In fact, Sherman gets the money back. Sherman had to give $11 million back.
You know who got money? You know who got money?
Who?
Jets got money.
Oh, yeah. But
that's why I said cut. Y'all be like, oh, he's crazy. Cut.
You want to play for the Jets?
This is the season of cut, man. Cut. Bring the cap down. Bring it down.
But the thing is, you want to win, though. If you can maintain as many
we don't have to win
this
year. How about we don't have to win this year? How about we don't cut nobody and we still don't make the playoffs?
By the way,
what did we do?
We got to go. They haven't cut nobody yet, by the way. So it's
All right.
I'll see you Friday.
Okay.
All right, man. Night. Ellis.
Ronbo.
Ellis. Yeah, Ellis. Hey, man.
What's up, family?
Yeah, look at all them draft picks, man. 49ers just hit the mother load on them draft picks all of a sudden, right? So now we got way more than last year. Hey, what do we have last year? 6? 5, 6, 7? Then we didn't have 7.
Yeah, we turned it to that. I think we only had 4 initially, and then turned it to a few
got
more,
a couple extra.
and then had to give up. Then gave up, 1 or 2, I think, for Brandon.
Mm-hmm. So
to move forward for Brandon. Well, looking good.
Emmanuel Sanders cost us second and third. So this year we got
the 102 and 103, right? So that's back-to-back picks, huh? So that means they have to call our name twice in a row.
That's right.
Oh, they're gonna hate that, huh?
Oh God, yes. Who's going to take 2? With the same round.
No, they probably won't do that. One of those will probably get traded, get thrown in the trade.
Yeah, that'll be thrown into some deal, probably.
But yeah,
and
go
Alice,
ahead, family.
have you been paying any attention to some of these guys that are getting dropped off their teams? You see anything that the 49ers you think they might bite on? There's a lot of offensive linemen out there.
They better get an offensive lineman. I think even whether they sign Trent or not, try and find a way to get Trent, to 19, 20, and find a way to try and get Villanueva, or at least, if nothing less, get Trent and get Alex Mack, and let's get 2 more linemen in the draft. We can't play around, you know what I mean? Because we got to make sure we got a foundation for the next few years, like I said, for whoever is going to be back there and, in the pocket throwing for us. So I think that'd just be a really good idea. I hear that Villanueva guy or get a center in the draft and get the Villanueva guy. I don't know if we can afford him in Trent, but Verrett's not coming back though.
Yeah, that's understandable.
That's a done deal.
I'm seeing Verrett.
I already seen that.
Listen, somebody just said Verrett will be 30 years old here next year. I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah, he's not 26. He's not that young, Ronbo.
Yeah, that was, okay. When he came to us, he was like 27. Yeah. So, now he is about 30,
exactly.
Yeah.
So he's gone. Hyder's probably going to be gone. It'd be nice if we could have at least kept Hyder out of one of the two good defensive players that we had that played well for us between him and Verrett. But I don't think we're going to get him or Verrett back next year, man. I think those guys are going to.
No, Brett's out shopping, and he's probably shopping hard. Hyder, I would say maybe.
I would love if we could get Hyder. I would try to do whatever we could, man. Especially if we didn't keep Trent. I mean, there should be no reason why we're not trying to, get Hyder, because we know he's a sure fit, and he's played really well for us. So those sacks. Had he take his sacks out, we don't have. We're like in the top. We're
very
like
bad year.
Like 15th in defense.
Yeah,
15 to 20 in defense. Okay, so
He came so close. Maybe he had that guy fingertips. Dude barely got away. Hyder could have had
a couple
10
of times,
sacks.
yeah. And it happened a couple of times. He could have easily had 3 more sacks for sure. At a minimum, he could have had probably 3 more sacks.
Saved himself, yeah. So Hyder's that's a lot of pressure though, and that's what I want. That sometimes is just as good as a sack because now that quarterback's going to do something stupid, and that's when the defense is going to do a number on him. You know, you get pick sixes thrown like that. So, yeah, he needs to be re-signed. If anything, he earned a spot on this team.
Emmanuel's coming back to the NFC. I feel like somehow. And I'm feeling like I keep hearing about Odell training in Arizona. If Odell goes to the Cardinals, man, we got a problem.
Speculation is they're going to try to get him with the Bucks. The Cardinals are out of money.
I heard that too. But okay, yeah. Well then, we'll have to see him at some point. But yeah, Odell's coming to the NFC, and I think Emmanuel's going to stay in the NFC. Hopefully he doesn't. Well, he may go to the Cardinals though because they got a little bit of change. But I think that $24 million thing. I think that's a cap. I think that's BS.
Yeah, I don't believe that. He knows better than that.
What the hell would he want? Why he wouldn't ask for nothing like that? I think that's all BS. But you know, if Emmanuel doesn't want like 4 to 5 or no more than 6 or something a year with the cap and all that, you know, then there's no point in talking to him. I would rather try to work something out with KB. KB's going to take it up another notch too, man. And if we could get the line if we can get the line right and we can get our QB to see, things, visually a little bit better, KB will play better for us next year, man. And I got more faith in Kendrick, at a lower cost for, maybe a year or 2 more than getting the Emmanuel Sanders for too much.
Yeah.
And we can probably delegate those funds in other places and get maybe extra guy too.
Yeah, and as I say, like you say, Kendrick is well versed in this system now. He'll be fine, and now you got a more up to speed Debo and IU. Yeah, that offensive air attack could be special. So yeah, Alice, we're going to be running out of time. Let me see you Friday, fam.
God damn it, Ronbo.
What happened?
Look, man. Look, Trey Lance isn't doing his 40, so he's going to probably drop in the draft. That's going to probably. I don't know, man. If he's still there at 12, I don't know what Kyle's going to do if they're going to pull the trigger on him. It's a little shaky, man. I don't know. I probably wouldn't, but
anybody with
we'll see what happens. And AJ Green always sounds good too, fam. So hopefully, I know Kyle's been dreaming about him for a minute, so hopefully we can try to make something happen.
I wish.
All right, brother Ronbo, appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you for the platform. Shout out to the chat and the Niners and all that, man. Let's see what happens on Friday, and we'll stay locked in. Peace, brother.
All right. Peace, fam. Yeah. All right. Hey, Russell. There it is. Forget about it. It's Dynamite.
Forget about it, Ronbo. What's going on tonight with you over there?
Like, man, the news is going to be like every day is going to be something new, right? So the 49ers just picked up a bunch of draft picks, and you're seeing the names getting released. Oh, we could use so many of these guys. I think, my God, they let him go because they couldn't keep him. But those guys are being released with some pretty hunky salaries. So, I don't know what they're expecting. You got thrown out because you got paid too much. Now what do you want? As I call them in, hey, can we make a deal? Who is this? John Lynch, 49ers. You guys got any money? Well, I mean, that's why I want to talk to you about. Okay, well, I think maybe we don't have anything to talk about.
Maybe,
yeah.
A couple dollars lying around, a little bit.
Yeah.
Listen, look, hey, Ronbo, it's gonna be interesting one way or the other, all right, Ronbo? Because no matter what here, all right, no matter what goes on, you know that there's gonna be a couple of guys that are gonna be surprises. They're gonna end up on teams that no one's really gonna, no one's really gonna see it coming. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how that plays out. First, I want to say thank you for having me on tonight. You know what I mean? And, shout out to the Niner faithful out there. And, hey, Rudy, don't be such a crybaby, all right? All right? You and the Lambs over there. Just, look, I don't care who you sign and who you get there, Rudy Poo. You're gonna be the same old sorry ass Rams tonight at Mike. So you can forget about it over there. I don't care who you got. You know, I remember when they thought that Todd Gurley was gonna run them to 5 straight friggin' Super Bowls. You know, and we all know how that turned out. Right? We're gonna see what it's all about, Ronbo. But look, you know, the same subject title is gonna be who's gonna be the quarterback. And I gotta tell you, man, this theme is really picking up here, Ronbo. It's really friggin' picking up. You know, and I'm you know, listen. I just want to see us make a real move that shows me that we're ready to go out and do this thing. Because, you know, look, there's not a doubt in my mind seeing what some of the teams have done, you know, especially like the Cardinals. You know, if they didn't have Kyler Murray, you don't think that they would have given everything and their grandmother's grandmother to get you know, Watson over there from the Texans? Of course they would. You know what I mean? But, you know, they got a quarterback, so that's not really their priority. But when it comes to everything else, you know, they went out there, they got Hopkins, you know what I mean? And then they came out of nowhere. Everyone was thinking Green Bay and Pittsburgh. No, Cardinals came in and swooped up J.J. Watt. You know what I mean? And the same thing with Stafford. People thought it was a lock. We were going to get him and then thought maybe he was going to go somewhere else. But no, the Rams came in, you know, the lonely Lambs, you know?
Mike, I'm one of the people that knew he wasn't a lock. Oh, wait, go ahead.
No, listen, I figure, hey, look, I would have liked to have seen just an upgrade, period. All right, because now when we have to have conversations about Sam friggin' Donald, for crying out loud, it makes me want to just smack I just want to smack whoever's talking about it. I really do, Ronbo. You know, I really do. It's like, hey, look, you either get serious and you upgrade the friggin' position, or you don't. You know what I mean? You either get real with it, or you friggin' don't. Don't bounce around. I don't want to be one of these mediocrity teams, you know, that we've been for the last little bit now. You know, we've had our spurts, but that's what happens when you don't have a real quarterback. You know what I mean? You're gonna get spurts. You know, you get you know the story, Ronbo.
Well, sure.
You know the story. I mean, I know we had injuries. You know what I mean, Ronbo? But it's the same thing that happened back with Harbaugh. You know what I mean? It's the same friggin' thing. We had spurts. But really, we didn't really have an answer at quarterback. You know, they knew that Colin was more explosive than Alex, but at the end of the day, Colin had his ceiling too, and that was he couldn't read a defense for shit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we had to deal with that. He could run like hell. You know what I mean? To get out of the situation, he could run, and he did. He almost ran us right to a friggin' 6th championship. But at the end of the day, you know, you could only do that stuff so much, Ronbo. You know what I mean? You could only do that so much before it finally catches up with you. You know why? Because they got free agency now in the NFL, Ronbo, right? As you know, and it just makes it harder and harder to make a complete full team, which is what you need if you don't have a real quarterback. You need a complete team, either an eye-popping defense, or you got a jaw-dropping run game, or you got something that, and we had a few of them things in those years with Harbaugh, and a few years ago now we went to the Super Bowl with Shanny, all right? But we got to get a freaking quarterback so that way we can just forget about it, like forget about all the bullshit, Ronbo. You know what I mean? Excuse for lack of better words, all right? But we got to really get the quarterback locked in. I know it's going to be a sad day for you and the rest of the Jimmy lovers out there. You're going to be all
Mike, don't bet on it.
You're going to be all hurt. Come
don't
on,
bet
you're
on
going to be all sad. You're going to be crying. Don't worry. If I can
Mike,
put the forward you a tissue box,
I'm telling you,
Ronbo, all right?
you let my boy get 3 seasons under his belt, and all this conversation ends, and I mean it is quick.
Well, look, I tell you, at this rate, Ronbo, in order to get Jimmy G 3 seasons, we're gonna have to wait another freaking 30 years for him to get 3 seasons, all right? Because he's averaging about 2 or 3 games a year right now, Ronbo. Going back to when he was in New England, all right?
He's gonna make it this year, Mike. From game 1 to the Super Bowl, he's going to make it. So yeah.
Look, if we could get a real quarterback, even if we get our hands on Deshaun Watson, all right? I promise you, in the first season, you're just gonna be so friggin' ecstatic that we did that deal. You know why?
I'm still
gonna be on the IR in New England.
I'm still waiting for Deshaun. I'm still waiting for Deshaun to win in Texas, but that's another story.
Look,
Mike, we're out of time.
All right. Bro, you see how you sneak that one in there and
I had
then
to
you
do
say
it.
we're out of time? You think it's slick, Ronbo. Don't worry. I'm going to stay quiet, all right? Well, I'll take it out on you on Friday night.
Mike, don't forget it.
Ronbo?
Don't forget it. Come back and get me on Friday, and you can start off right there, since I was way out of line with that.
All right, Ronbo.
All right.
Listen, you have yourself a good night out there, all right?
too.
Take
All
care,
right.
and I'll talk to you on Friday, all right?
Looking forward. All right. Night,
All
Mike.
right, Ronbo.
You.
Forget about it.
See, Mike's just too much fun. All right. Weird. Oh, yeah, I got this a minute ago. For Arizona report, I know Jason Verrett will be 30. I mentioned that a minute ago. It was too high. I could only see your statement. But thanks for that contribution. Yeah, Verrett's, and maybe the 49ers aren't really crazy about calling him back. I don't know. I would have thought, but maybe not. Anyway. It's Alex. Alex!
Yo, Ronbo.
Alex, come on in, man. Things are getting crazy with these people leaving teams. I noticed, and you know how you're scaling down to the numbers of the latest releases, right? The offensive linemen jump out because I figure linebackers and guys like that, like Vaccaro and the 49ers aren't interested in any linebackers, and probably if they are, they're going to go ahead and get to the draft. But did you see? Were there any names that jumped out at you as far as some of the people you think the 49ers might possibly pursue if they can find a way to manipulate funds to free up any cash? And also, are you excited about those draft picks? Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ronbo. I think looking at these names, I don't think we're going to be able to sign none of them with the kind of cap space that we got right now. And we got $28 million right now, and Trent Williams is going to want the bag, Ronbo. He's not going to want some backloaded contract. He's going to want his bag up front. And if we give it to him, it's going to take 40 to 50% of our cap space available right now. And also, my boy Fly Guy was talking about Fred Warner. He's not going to play this year for $1 million, Ronbo. He's just not going to do that. Look at George Kittle last year. He went into the season and he wanted the bag because you never know if you're going to get hurt. And sure enough, Kittle got hurt, Rombo. And lucky enough,
no, that would have been bad. Yeah.
And Fred Warner, let me tell you, he's going to learn from George Kittle, and he's going to want the bag, Rombo. And if we sign Trent Williams, we're not going to be able to sign Fred Warner if Jimmy Garoppolo is still on this team.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to be able to sign a lot of players if Jimmy Garoppolo is on this team, Rombo. All these players in free agency, they're not going to be able to come here because let's say we sign Trent Williams, we're going to have probably 12 to 14 mil to work with, and we still got to pay all the draft picks that we get. And Rombo, let's not act like these draft picks are sure things. We're picking 12. We don't have a top 5 pick. We're picking 12. And these players that come in, they're not going to be surefire things, Rombo. Case in point, look at Isaiah Simmons last year. When the Cardinals took Isaiah Simmons, I thought we were done, Joe Rombo. I was like, this is the best player in the draft, yada, yada. And sure enough, he comes out and he has a steep learning curve, Rombo.
Yeah,
if we take a corner with 12, if we take a lineman with 12, they're going to have to go against J.J. Watt. They're going to have to go against DK Metcalf. They're going to have to go against DeAndre Hopkins. These guys aren't surefire things, Rombo. And we're going to if we keep Jimmy – if we keep Trent, we're not going to be able to sign Fred Warner. We're going to have to nail these draft picks.
One question. Alex, one question. Aren't you one of the people that says draft a quarterback and start him this year, though?
Hell yes, Rombo, because quarterbacks they change a team, Rombo. Case in point, Justin Herbert. Case in point, Lamar Jackson. Case in point, Kyler Murray. Why are we talking like a quarterback's not going to change his team, Rombo? A first-round quarterback's not going to change. Look at the Cardinals.
Let me just ask you this. Let me just ask you this. Are you getting Trey Lawrence in the draft?
No, we're not.
You actually think somebody other than him?
Justin Herbert went 6.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert went 6.
So you want to draft him? Okay. So you draft up to number 6. You draft
Lamar Jackson went 32.
You drafted to position 6. Yeah, Lamar Jackson got cheated. But you know what? He doesn't have quarterback skills. He has a lot of speed. He runs the ball.
He's in the playoffs every year, Rombo. He's been in the playoffs every year he's played.
But he's still not quarterback skills. Now, you think Kyle Shanahan
He's
wants
in
a
the
guy
playoffs.
without...
It doesn't matter.
Here's my question. He's not a guy with quarterback skills that Kyle's going to use. So you got to be... You're not going to be able to get...
He's in the playoffs every year.
Okay, that's fine. With the right offensive system, sure, he'll thrive. But that's what I'm saying. You think there's a quarterback in this year's draft that's going to come in and continue to take the 49ers toward the Super Bowl, right?
Yes. Yep, I do.
And who is that?
I think there's 2, maybe 3. I think that Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, and Mac Jones can. And Mac Jones is really pushing it for me. But I think that he's a Shanahan type of guy, maybe like a Kirk Cousins type.
Yeah.
That he can all. I bet by week 6, if one of those 3 guys is on this team, they're a top 8 quarterback in the league because of the Shanahan system. Let me say this, Ronbo. No team has. Okay, we always talk about like how all these top quarterbacks, they don't pan out. But those quarterbacks go to shitty teams, Rumble. They go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They go to the New York Jets. They go to the Cleveland Browns. And look at the Browns now, though, okay? But they don't go to teams like the Niners, Rumble. The Niners, a team like the Niners, like us, they don't – it's rare that they're in a position to take a top quarterback like this, Rumble, because the only reason that we have a top pick is because we're hurt. We got dudes on this team, Rumble. We got – Brandon Ayuk is going to be an all-pro. We got Debo, who we know was a dog. We got George Kittle, the best tight end in the league. And we got Raheem Mostert, the fastest player in the league. Now, no quarterback. There's no team that's been in position to take a quarterback with a team like us. You know what I'm trying to say? And we need to do that, Rumble, before it's too late because these guys are too good for Jimmy Garoppolo to look. Listen.
The disrespect.
We talk about the Yak Bros, right? We talk about the Yak Bros.
Level.
We talk about the Yak Bros. We talk about the Yak Bros. Where are all the yards after the catch? These guys are the ones that are making the plays. Sure, Jimmy's got a quick little release, but all these guys. Case in point, the Saints game. George Kittle was the one that won that game for us, Ronbo, not Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm sorry. I know that was his best game. But Kittle was the one that won that game for us.
So
you get a young quarterback with a high ceiling and a big arm.
We go,
okay.
You're saying that this kid's going to come in, he's going to carry the team on his shoulders. He doesn't need the help of anybody.
No, not right away.
Yeah, okay. Alex, so let's continue this Friday.
By week 6, by week 6 or week 7.
Yeah.
All right,
we're out of time.
All right,
we're over the time. All right. We'll see you Friday,
I
Alex.
love you, man.
Yeah, catch you, Phil.
All
right. Night, Alex. Omar. Oh, Omar. Is this Dade City? Omar. Come on in, man.
Ronbo, how you doing, man? God, I haven't called in a long time, man, but I've been listening.
Man, I saw the name of this. That's Omar, man. I talked to Omar in a long time. Omar, I mean, I'm looking at the draft. And now all of a sudden we got like all kinds of picks, and hopefully over half of them will be solid. And that's like if you could get like you got 10 and you got 6 out of 10 that are solid, you got to be happy about that. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but you got 10 picks, and also Omar, with all the guys that are getting released right now, is there anybody there that you really like to get? Provided, of course, they can manipulate cash funds so they can get one.
Yeah. As far as our guys are getting let go, you mean our free agents?
And that's what's going to come down to. These are just fantasy thoughts I'm having about finding some of these. There's a lot of offensive linemen that are really good.
Yeah. You know who I like?
Those. Who?
Yeah, like I like Incognito because we need a guy like that.
You're a Richie fan, too. The dude is a sickie. I mean, the guy mentally is deranged, but I like him. They said he's 100% healthy, too.
Yes, I think we need some nastiness on the line. But like I said, some people, they might think I'm crazy, but he wouldn't be a bad choice.
I know.
And also, during the draft, we got to draft defense because we don't have any defensive backs. So I think if we get Surtain, the guy from Alabama, he's supposed to be a shutdown corner. If he can shut down half the field, that'll make it a lot easier for the other guys to play well. But that's just my opinion, though.
No, it's
we need a guy on defense, man. We need defense.
No.
That's my
Well,
opinion.
And then Kyle, and John Lynch thinks like that all the time. They're definitely going to pick up defenders. There was one rumor out a while back. 49ers are mainly going to be looking for defense this game because, it's imperative that you stop the other team from scoring. You don't want to get into shootouts. Yeah. It's what you end up happening in the Super Bowl in the last few minutes. We were doing all right, and all of a sudden they stopped us from scoring or moving the ball. Yeah. I don't know. As I said, my whole thing was Mike Person just finally got breached. Their defense just ate. They ate through that gate the whole fourth quarter and rendered the whole offense just limp. And then the defense, now the emphasis on the defense, can they hold? No, they're overworked now, So,
Hey, Ronbo, let me ask you a question. If you can have one guy in the draft this year, if you can get him, who would it be?
I like Kyle Pitts, man. I would get Kyle Pitts in a heartbeat. But you know what?
Kyle Pitts, he's a tight end from the Gators?
Yeah.
But he's a tight end, right, for the Gators?
Yeah, that's the machine.
Yeah, I've seen his highlights. He's unbelievable. He's a big boy, strong guy.
Yep. You put him and George Kittle on the field at the same time, and God bless the defense.
Oh, my God. that is freaking nuts.
Stop. And you know how George is? George would say, you know what? Let me set Kyle up. And then when the least expect it, hit me. I could see that. Man, them two tight end sets would go nuts.
I'll tell you one thing. If I can go out and get a player in the draft right now that I really like for our team that can push us forward, I know we're not going to get him, is Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Everybody likes him.
That dude is amazing under didn't he run the same offense? I don't want to say or just some over in BYU. Did he run a similar offense to what we run?
I heard something like that.
I'm not sure because I watched BYU games.
I know he likes Kyle's offense, though.
Yeah, but imagine him throwing to them guys. Oh my God, wow! But it's a long shot. I know we're not going to get him, but man, that guy right there is amazing. He plays lights out. But like I said, it's a pipe dream. So
yeah, I want to see these guys in the pros. So I don't trust first round quarterbacks. Every now and then, you see a year where you get one or two that are doing a good job. But for the most part, they all bite the dust. I thought Baker Mayfield was going to be hot stuff when he came in. Carson Wentz is no longer.
He's doing pretty good. I mean,
he's okay. I mean, he's doing. You know what's so funny? Yeah. Because he's doing better than some of the other guys. I mean, you look at Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota. I mean, the list just goes on and on.
Who fell off? I'm surprised was Marcus Mariota. I think he needs a rebirth to go to another team. I think there's some left. I mean, he's too young not to be good anymore. He was pretty good, man. Yeah. And I was a fan of his, and I don't know what happened to him. He fell off. I don't know if he struggled because I think he got pulled and he wasn't starting anymore. And I think with the right team, he could be reborn his career. I mean, Yeah. I mean, he's not bad.
No,
I mean, he did pretty good.
Yeah, Jameis Winston is good, right? Because Winston set a record, but he also has other issues. This is why same with the GMs, people stay away from first round unless you're desperate. And a lot of people think the 49ers are desperate for a quarterback. Jimmy G is nowhere near as bad as public opinion is. That's why he gets hurt, yes.
I think
but when he's on the field, he wins.
Listen, if he stays healthy, like I've always said, I'm going to ride with Jimmy because that's our guy. And if he stays healthy, we could do damage. It's been proven that he could do it. He's done it before. This 2020 season has been horrible for us. And then this whole COVID thing happening, it was bad. It just got bad to worse with Forrest Bosa going down and Thomas going down and just too many injuries, man.
George out half the season, Sherman gone. Yeah. I mean, Debo he never could heal up.
Now we're going to have a completely different team coming back because we're going to lose Sherman. We're going to lose a bunch of guys. One guy we need to sign, if we have to sign someone on defense, is K1.
I know, right?
That's the guy.
He got hurt last year a lot too. It's just I don't know what's going on in Santa Clara. These conversations of getting rid of this guy, getting rid of that guy wouldn't even be under play if we could just stop getting hurt to the volume that they do. And see, that's what I'm looking at. So, yeah,
I think we need to keep K1 though. Anyway, like I keep it short to like Rombo, and I'm
we
glad
gotta
to
go
talk
too,
to you,
man.
brother.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Good to hear from you, Kate.
Man, but I'll be calling you more often.
Omar, good to hear from you again too. Let's see you. First chance you get. Let's hear from you. All right.
See you later, man. Bye-bye.
See you. Night. And Hayden.
Hey, Ronbo. Sorry, it's been a while. Well, not a while. 2 shows. So it said that, like when you go in and then sometimes like that code's not existent or whatever the dumb Siri robot thing is. It said that. And I was like, dang. Because I couldn't come in Sunday and then Monday couldn't come in. So that's why I was gone for a little bit. But I'm back now, Ronbo. Ronbo?
Oh, I'm sorry, Hayden. Go ahead. Hayden?
Wait, could you not hear the whole time? Or?
No, I'm sorry. You know what? Give me that last part again. I heard the beginning. You said something was. I'm sorry, Hayden. Go ahead. I got distracted.
So basically, but now I'm back. Basically, so basically that's just it. I'm back.
Yeah, right. You were telling me about you were out for a while. So you had some. What kind of problems did you have?
It said, what did it say? It said, the dumb robot when it says that code is not, whatever, that code does not exist, or whatever it says. It said that for the past 2 shows, but it finally worked again. It used to happen to me earlier, but it got better, but it was just a 2-time thing, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, I'm getting an explanation in one ear and I'm listening to the other. Okay, anyway, it was because of the pin change.
Oh, there's a pin change?
Yeah, when we stop taking calls, usually the pin shifts and then it doesn't work. So yeah, I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. That's what happened to you. If anybody else sees what Hayden just described, that's what usually has happened. Okay.
Well, anyways, Ronbo, well, since I'm back, I got to give a shout out to the best group of them all.
Yeah.
CNT, Ronbo.
I don't see a lot of them in here.
Cute and cuddly in here, Ronbo. Getting a little cute and cuddly in here, Ronbo.
He's doing a tray. You got to keep it up. Let's see how long you can go. Be tray as long as you can. Go ahead.
Honestly, Ronbo, I just don't even know what's gonna happen this off season though. Like off of TNT now, but it's like you hear this thing. Like I've heard about 20 quarterbacks that might go to the Niners. I just given up on all faith about what's gonna happen because I hear the 20 things, but then I hear John Lynch, but then I hear this other thing from this other insider, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just not gonna even like get all. I don't know. We'll see. That's what I'm thinking right now because like Deshaun Watson,
Deshaun
down.
Deshaun is not leaving Texas. Listen, Hayden, if you don't hear from John, most likely it's somebody. This is off season. They don't have anything else to do, so they start throwing things out there just to make sure they keep their name fresh. Most of all these things have been debunked. No, the Patriots are not. Plan A. It's like Eric Mangini says. Well, normally nobody knows what's going on in that organization. Bill Belichick, and he's not telling anybody anything.
Yeah.
And you also need to have a deal.
Bill Belichick say
Isn't
he a great head coach?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, this is the dumb thing that people have to realize. These guys are smarter than what the media thinks they are.
Yeah.
I mean, besides Sean McVay.
Good. Good. Look at you, Hayden. You're getting good. Okay, good. Rudy, that was meant for you.
Because Sean McVay made it obvious that he didn't like Jared Goff. They hated each other. I mean, the rumors were 2 years ago they started when they were in the Super Bowl. So I mean. The Rams. So just
you
he makes it clear. You can't make it clear. You gotta keep that poker face. McVay. I can't wait till next season until we see that field goal face again. Oh God, I love it.
You know,
Sean McVay's just looking at the camera like, "Gotta be kidding me! I can't wait. I cannot wait." When
No,
Matthew Stafford throws 2 interceptions against our new corners that we're gonna get.
oh, you know,
Yeah, I like Stafford, but and Rudy, top 10 offensive line, bro. You broke a guy's neck and you broke basically Jared Goff's throwing side. I mean, just I don't know if that's a top 10. Like I thought ours were bad, but I mean, at least we didn't break a guy's neck.
Well, you know, the Rams, you know, your winners are going to win, you're losing. This is why when people constantly get on Jimmy, because you guys got to know, Jimmy wins. They could give a rat's butt about all these glory boys in other cities. Jimmy, when he's playing, he wins. And that's the bottom line. This is why they're not going to get rid of him. If he was losing, though, yeah, he would have been gone. Stafford would be in San Francisco.
Yeah.
The Rams would have never got a chance to get him.
And you have to realize, Joel didn't say he didn't want to. See, he said give it one more year. Joe, see, you just heard the first sentence. Oh yeah, well we'll see. I mean, I'm not like a big fan of Jimmy, but I like him because he's a winner, like you say. But I hear the cons, but the media makes him like these people make him sound worse than he is.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
See, if they were saying like that.
That's why I defend him. Some people just go nuts.
If they were saying like the actual cons, I would agree with them. But they're like making it ridiculous at this point. Well, Joe said in the first sentence, yeah, well, you know, he gets injured a lot, and then they're like, oh boy, here we go, the Niner haters. Jimmy haters. Really.
And he throws INTs.
And then he's like,
no other quarterback throws INTs. You know, well, Jimmy always throws it at the wrong time. Is there a right time to throw an INT? You know, Jesus.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers and Brady threw a combined 4 interceptions in the championship.
See,
saying that.
So that's what I'm saying. There's no such thing as a good INT. Hayden, we're gonna run out of time now. We got to see you Friday, okay? And hopefully we'll get you in there. Get in earlier, Hayden, so that pin doesn't shift on you like that. Okay?
All right.
All right.
All right.
Night, Hayden. Bashar. Here's a name we haven't saw in a long time. Come on in, Bashar.
It's not resolved. What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Bashar. I was just sitting there off-season fun. And 49ers, all of a sudden, you get the news. We thought, wow, we're lucky. We fight. This year we got all our draft picks, right? And everybody's like, yes. And then all of a sudden they add to it. What? So we went from famine to huge feast this year. Last year we were like, what, we have 4 picks? And we turned them into 6 or 7? You know, and this year, if the 49ers have 10 picks, there's no telling what they're going to do now. Trade up, group them up, trade down, get more, trade back up. They can go crazy with 10 picks. I don't think hey, Bashar, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think the 49ers have ever had this many picks since Shannon and Lynch have been there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I'll touch on that in just a second really quick. I tried to give it Norm a shout. I was saying the Niners all day earlier. He mentioned me earlier. Good guy. He's repping hard over in Stockton. And he's always talking about food. He told me about this Ray's Chicken and Fish over in Sacramento, man. And he said that he eats at the Stockton location. You got to check it out. It was really good. And I was like, man, this is some awesome fish, man. Crab legs and chicken and you name it, man. So if you're in Stockton, Sacramento, you got to check it out. Shout out to Norm for telling me about that stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, but the picks, man. Nice to have an abundance of picks for a change. I honestly see us moving up a lot this season, assuming we can find some trade partners, because I don't see us fielding a squad of 10 rookies.
No. And that's probably not the point. Just having that capital to do a lot of packaging and trading and going up and down or whatever.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And you can get players who are higher on your board. So to have that luxury is definitely going to be a plus, without a doubt.
What do you think? You must have something in mind. What are they going to do with those picks? You take one of those fifth-round picks and add to a third and the first and move up? Wow, that's a nice deal, actually.
I'm not sure what they're going to do. I mean, okay, if I was the guy, you're not going to like this.
No, everybody's going after quarterback. Listen, I'm used to it. Everybody hates Jimmy. As I said, first it's going to be everybody loves Raymond, and following that show, everybody hates Jimmy. Go ahead. But what do you got? I don't mind listening to these.
But okay, this is how I look at it with Jimmy. Real talk. You know, remember Dennis Green? The Bears were who we thought they were. The Bears were who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook. You want to crown their asses? Then crown their asses. Dennis Green, right? Well, yeah. Jimmy G is not who we thought he was. I don't hate the guy, but he's just not who we thought he was. I thought he was going to be the brand new Niner legendary Hall of Fame quarterback. Whoa, he's got the looks. Whoa, he learned under Tom Brady and he learned under Belichick and all this and all that shebang. And I hate to say it, I don't know, man. I feel like the guy hit his ceiling. I really do.
Okay,
so this was the
give me where you're going, though. Give me the steal. I get it.
Go ahead.
But because we're running out of time. Who do you like? Who do you think can be coming to be the Messiah?
I really, really like Trey Lance. Sorry. Zach Wilson is the one who I really, really like. Trey Lance, right after him. And if they get Fields, I'll be like, oh, okay. Or if they get Mac Jones, I'll be like, oh, okay. If that's the guy who they want, I can live with it. But I'm not for drafting a quarterback in rounds 2 or 3. I'm just not with it. But really quick about Jimmy G, I'm not trying to hate on the guy, but when Steve Young last year, midseason, kept going on and on and on how he doesn't think Jimmy G is going to be the man long term in San Francisco, that was when I saw the light. And I backed Jimmy G for a long time. I got a jersey of his. I mean, sure. I mean, if he proves me wrong and turns out to be the next great legendary Niner quarterback, sure, please bring it on. You know, I'd love it. I'll eat my throw and let it be. But we'll see, man. Who knows who we're going to draft? Who knows what they're going to do? Who knows if Jimmy G stays or goes, or if he goes out to New England? I don't know, man. We're kind of in limbo right now at the quarterback situation. That's all I got to say. I know some people are tied to Jimmy emotionally, but take those emotions out of the picture and just expect anything to happen.
You know, it's interesting because I thought way more people want Jimmy out than want him in. I'm seeing now, no, I think it's a balanced room. Because most of us are looking at the whole picture. Jimmy's had one full season, and he got to the Super Bowl with that one full season. Contrary to public opinion from those who don't think that's anything special, and what happened in the Super Bowl, that's hard to do. This is why I need to see Jimmy G play 3 years in a row. I think his ceiling hasn't even been touched. He's got the competitive fire. The reason I say that is because when Jimmy D throws one of his INTs, you know, a lot of guys go undercover or they either fold. Jimmy comes back in and he friggin' cuts a team up like a surgeon and immediately. So that means he's got rage and he knows how to put it to work. There are other times when the New Orleans Saints game, when he even surprised me, because I know he's got potential. He just needs time and he needs a higher grade of weapons because he's been working with nothing but rookies and second-tier guys. He's got George Kittle, and then he's got Debo's going to be okay. He got Ayuk last year, but he wasn't there. So I'm saying, let me see Jimmy G with a mature group of receivers. I don't even care about the offensive line. The offensive line can be adequate, but give me a group of receivers that he can depend on every throw. Because he got to the point he wouldn't even throw to every guy on the field. He started going exclusive George Kittle, and then he started freezing out of the guys. I said, you know what? He doesn't trust his receivers, does he? So he's going to make himself one-handed. So give me George. Now that's why I'm so anxious for next year. Because I know Jimmy believes in Ayuk because he said so before he got left. And I know he believes in Debo now. He's got George. I'm telling everybody right now, watch. So anyway, that's my feeling on that.
I'm still crossing my fingers about Jalen Hurd. Who knows if Emmanuel Sanders come back? Hey, I love Ayuk. I think Ayuk has the potential to be the next great 49er wide receiver. He's done a lot of great things. I mean, the glimpses that I've seen are things I haven't seen in a long time.
Hey,
so
there's another player for that guy. There's another player. No Jalen Hurd. So a lot of things depend on the quarterback's efficiency. He needs his weapons. But Bashar, good to hear from you. We got to get out of here.
All right, long time no see, Ronbo. Take care, man. Hey, man. Either way, we're all Niner fans. We all love the Niners, man. We just want the best for our team, man.
There
love
you
you, man.
All right, fam. Love you back. Talk to you later, Bashar. All right. Yeah. So anyway, hey, fam, Friday, let's see what develops, and we'll talk some more on Friday. Hating on Jimmy G and all. I'll never do it. Oh, wait, I want to defend one thing here, because I hate it when people put words in my mouth. NG49, imagine if we got rid of Jimmy and didn't go after Trent. Damn, we would be in a very good position. Even according to Ronbo, the quarterback position isn't that important in Kyle's scheme. Okay, NG49 is speaking for himself. The quarterback is very important. That's why Trent Williams is important. Because if the quarterback's got time to operate, he'll be good. And by the way, that goes for just about 90%. And I say 90% because Lamar Jackson doesn't really need an offensive line. And Russell Wilson doesn't really need an offensive line, even though he says he does. That's it. Every quarterback else needs an offensive line to operate. Nobody's out there running out. Even Josh Allen, they dropped his butt, dude. He's a good runner. So it's a myth, but we're going to see. And I'm looking forward to doing what I do almost every year for the last few years. During the season, I'll say, I tried to tell you. I need my drink tonight. See you Friday.